If you want to be great, love your haters, because the hater himself points out everything that's wrong with you. Right? So
Ooh,
instead of saying, oh, you just hating on my game and do that. Whoa,
Listen to what they got to say.
They're telling you how to improve your game.
Oh.
If they're saying you don't go left, you don't pull up, you don't do this.
You're like, hold please.
You add that to it.
Right. Hold on. Let me
add that. And then what do you think they're going to do next?
Yeah.
Find another one.
Yeah.
Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sportsing. I am Erica Lynn O'Keefe.
Also, I'm Gloria Govan, but did you notice I didn't say it with you?
You did. I'm very happy. I'm proud of you.
I thought about it. She hates it when I say it with her. Like,
she always wants to say it at the same. It's so corny, and it's like, sis, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
It's cute.
Thank you. You want to introduce today's guest?
Yes, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the time. I've known him for a very long time, longer than most people probably realize. But he is the daddy to my nieces and nephews. That's really the only thing y'all need to know.
Important accolade.
Right, exactly. Obviously, good to know. No, everybody, this is, NBA ultra superstar. Played in the league from 2001 to 2013. Has had a visibility and an important voice since. 4 amazing kids, my nieces and nephews. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to the one and only Gilbert Arenas. Answered twice.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. I harassed the shit out of your wife to make sure that you're here today. She's probably so tired of me. She's going to be like, and now that we're done, blah.
Please get off my phone, bro.
Yeah, legit. It was a mess. Anywho.
We do appreciate you taking the time to be here, our little sports show. We like to kind of help guide people in understanding their entry point into sports fandom. We have a lot of parents that watch the show, and you parent some elite athletes, which we're super proud of them. So we're excited to kind of dive in, get an understanding of your perspective on things, and help them get an understanding of kind of like what they need to know to navigate, because it's a different world than when we grew up.
Yes.
It's a different.
It is very different.
There's no more come home when the lights come on.
No. It's different.
It's like, why are you here?
Yeah, right. Like,
there's money to get.
Literally, right?
I literally am like, are you guys still y'all home?
Yes, it's a trip. So before we get to that part of things, we would love to talk about the NBA now versus when you were playing and whatnot. What's the biggest difference do you see now with the players and the way they're developing their game to be NBA ready versus kind of what development looked like for you coming into the league?
Everyone is skilled. With
like today.
Yes.
Yeah.
With trainers, so everyone has a trainer.
Right. Or several.
It's
just the worst. It costs so much money. All right, I'm done.
The difference is they all have the same game because they're all working with the same trainer, even though they're in different positions.
Yeah.
Versus the past is you're creating your style around you. So, when you look at today's game, everyone's more skilled, but everyone's the same.
That's so interesting.
So it's like you do have a bunch of robots out there because they've been practicing against cones, not playing a lot of basketball. So
right.
Everybody's doing a lot of training, not enough playing.
So like reactional like training, or are they more just like, all right, dribble, crossover at the elbow, pull up, dribble, crossover at the, you know what I mean? Like, so
with my trainer.
Right.
Clearly, he does not appreciate.
Well, they're not out there running at the the local gym and kind of getting up to games.
Giannis is not on the floor.
Right.
It's you, Eric.
So what does that look like?
Not Eric. I'm dying.
Here, a little push against the 5'5".
Right.
Go lay it strong.
Yeah,
and then you get in the game. And Giannis is like,
never mind.
You're like,
right, exactly.
That's what ain't working. Yeah.
Right. You look back. That shit didn't work, Brian.
Yeah, so it's I tell a lot of trainers, I was like, look, the move you do has to be realistic to the game itself. What's happening is you're watching an NBA player do a reaction move, meaning he's not training on his move. It's a reaction to his bag. So he's coming in, someone slash, he did a move. It's just reaction. You're trying to make this the guy's real move. And the spacing is not necessarily in the same spot that this move is supposed to be. So a lot of kids have a lot of baggage. They don't know where to use it.
Where on the floor itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's a good
that
point.
becomes a problem. And, I see this. And if you're going to pay for trainers, watch for this. From half court to the 3-point line, right? They're teaching these moves.
Get it.
You ever seen that in a game?
Right, never.
They
just walk that shit right up.
Just walk it. We're back to the, So they're teaching all these moves in a dead zone.
Yeah.
And then what happened is they do all this, and then when they get to a 3-point line, all right, go make the lay. Wait a minute.
Right.
That's when the traffic starts. That's when
Correct.
there's 9 players here.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
So what ends up
Spacing,
happening is they have
timing.
all this baggage here, and then you're teaching them, okay, now go to the basket because you did all the moves. And then in the game, they're like,
Well, wait a minute.
well,
There's
there's
hella
people here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Do they move or?
So a lot of kids don't know how to play in tight spaces,
Right.
right? You got body. This guy's gonna slash over. What happened? So they
Right.
you have
Switch
to
on.
watch the game itself.
So do you go game itself or do you really go like, about the player? You go, okay, look, you're going to be a guard. That's another point too. A lot of these kids, I see 6'4" kids, 6'5" kids out there trying to be a guard and in high school, but I'm also but in high school, you have to be like a power forward,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Or a
Yes.
big man.
Yes.
So stop taking the ball up. The boys do that shit all the time. I'm like, stop giving your big man the ball.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, especially above the key. Like, what the are we doing? But he feels like he has to show people that he could shoot because he's going to be small in college.
But for his parents, that's the problem.
Yeah.
He was bigger than everyone.
Yep.
And
Huge.
he didn't grow.
Yeah.
And he didn't develop the skills that he's gonna need. So he's gonna be an undersized big man, which
Right.
hurts him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. That's us.
You do train in how you play, but you also have to train in the things you don't do well.
Right, which a lot of kids are afraid of, right?
And
Going
that's-
left. Like, I mean, my God. Right.
Like, how are you supposed to get better if you're not training on the things you can't
That's your weakness.
do?
Yeah.
Like, you're weak. You're supposed to adapt a weakness,
Right.
turn it into a strength. So that's just you being like willing to take criticism.
Yeah. And
So-
a lot of kids don't do that.
The first thing in sports, the first thing in
For real.
sports is love your haters. If you
Elijah does that
if
so
you
well.
want to be great, love your haters because the hater himself points out everything that's wrong with you. Right? So
Ooh,
instead of saying, oh, you just hating on my game and do that. Whoa,
Listen to what they got to say.
They're telling you how to improve your game.
Your game.
So if they're saying you don't go left, you don't pull up, you don't do this,
You're like, hold please.
you add that to
Right.
it.
Right.
Okay,
Hold on, let
cool.
me add that.
And then what do you think they're going to do next?
Yeah.
Find another one.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know how to post up? Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, so that's
Yeah.
that's the best information you're gonna get.
Yeah.
The person who just says, you're great at everything.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
They're
teach
not
you how to
actually
get
developing
better.
you. Yep.
The hater will. So you need to really pay attention to what people are saying to help your
Right.
game out.
Which is the difference between what makes a player really, really good
And
and elite,
Yeah.
right? Like
Very-
every year we see the players that come back who did the work in the offseason, right? Like, we've given Jaylen Brown hell for not having a left. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he necessarily got better at it, but
Yeah, he at least
the difference-
attempting.
But it's that thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you can tell when a player has gone off and figure out how to work on
worked
this
it
thing.
out, yeah.
Okay, he got a little jumper on him now. So now you have to guard him on a multi-level phase. Or the ones who are able to be reactionary, in your opinion, is that kind of what makes an elite player? Because to your point, right, especially now the younger ones that are coming in, they're all being trained this certain way. They all have the same skill set, but the difference between the ones that are the elite and those who aren't are able to adapt to the game in real time.
Yes. The elite, the ones that's taking that extra step, they're actually adding something to their game every summer. If you're a shooter, right? If you're talking about your kids, right? They've been shooting since.
Right. They were like 3.
They're not going to go to the NBA and not be shooters.
Yeah.
It's their thing, right?
Yeah.
So because this is your natural thing that you do, adding little things is what improves you, right? Like Steph couldn't dribble that good.
Right,
So,
right.
So when he got to the
Glass
NBA,
ankles,
that's
yeah.
what he focused on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if I want to get my shot off, I got to be able to get away from the defense.
Right,
To
gotta
get away from
create
the
it.
defense, I got to create this illusion of dribbling.
Yeah.
And that's what he, got great at. The elite understand flaws. They understand I need to improve no matter what accolades I get. I need to train for perfection knowing I'm not going to get it. I got to shoot 10,000 shots in the summer just to go 0.5 on my three-pointer.
Right.
It's,
Right.
You got to understand you got to do this much work for this improvement, but this improvement right here, that's 20 extra
That's
million
fire.
on your
Yeah.
contract.
Right.
That part.
Right. That.
And,
right.
And
The
that's,
difference.
and that's
yeah.
what a lot of kids don't understand, which is fine. Like right now, it's just love the game first.
That's yeah.
It's love the game. Like if you're gonna teach your kids something early, it's love it and habits. Like the more great habits you have, the easier it is for when you're older. Right? So like, making your bed every time you get out of it, brush your teeth, take your shower. When you get in the house, don't just throw your backpack on the floor. Take your
put it away.
shoes. Don't just, when you get in your room, don't just throw it on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Go take the time and put it in the closet.
Right.
Right? So if you ever hear a college coach come to your house, the one thing they want to do is go to your bedroom.
And see what it-
Really. Okay.
Because they want to
Interesting.
Right. She's like, noted.
Yeah, like girl, I'm like,
they want to see how
man.
your mind works.
Yeah. How organized you are. You
Organized?
just-
Are
yeah.
you, like I told Elijah, I always told Elijah this. And I said, he's like, I'm going to the Laker game. I said, how LeBron prepares and practice, I guarantee you has the best looking locker out of everybody.
Oh. And
He
sure
went in
enough,
there. He said, "Oh my God, his stuff was spick
Meticulous.
and span.
Right,
There's an
pristine.
alphabetical order to clones.
Yeah.
Like it's like crazy. Everything's
Yeah.
coded."
Attention to detail.
And I said, "It's the details, the small details, is what makes you great."
Oh Lord, Isaiah and Carter, y'all can barely find your shoes. We're fucked.
But no, but those are the things you gotta
important.
Yeah.
you gotta understand. It's the little things. That's the dive on the floor.
Yeah.
Right. That's the take
Yes.
the charge. That's the
Right.
get back on. You got beat. Get back on defense.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't do one of these. Right. You hustle down.
Body
got that
language.
extra block. Right.
Yeah. What about celebrating after a shot or a dunk? Is that a part of it? Some people normally like the showboating part.
It's just them. It's just part of the game. How you feel in the moment.
I feel like, I've
Are
said
you anti-celebration?
I am anti it and as it relates to like stop fucking celebrating, get back on defense.
True.
You know what I'm
'Cause then
saying?
they're pushing the ball back up and now your players
and you
over
over
here.
here still all trying to
Yeah,
figure out
yeah,
your
yeah.
gang
That's real.
signs. Like, bro,
That's real.
Like, so that's what I'm
That's real.
anti it. You could do it running back down on defense though. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Throw your little three up and keep
yeah,
moving.
Drew
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
do that. He used to dunk and then up and down. Boy, he's already over there.
Hey,
Who are you looking at?
Hey, act like you done it before.
Hello.
Right.
Is this your birthday?
Right, legit, exactly.
Goddamn.
Like, not your
Goddamn.
first time.
If you a
Yeah,
dunker,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you're supposed to do, right?
Right,
Catch
and move
somebody's.
on. Yes,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
for
If it's
real.
an
But
and one, yeah, you got
Yeah,
time.
there's something.
Sure.
Yeah,
yeah. But that's
I-
part of it too. Everyone's looking for their highlight moment. I always tell my nephew, I'm like, be an impact player. How are you?
It's okay to
impacting
be
the
an
game?
impact
You know what I
player.
mean? Like you don't get
Yes,
your bucket.
yeah.
To your point, you've been shooting since you was 2.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can shoot in your sleep. Like you know what I mean? You're gonna get your buckets, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But in what other ways are you impacting the game?
Right.
When you step on this court, I want the other team to be like,
here come this,
motherfucker.
right,
He
right.
about to be diving over here. He about to be. You know
Yeah,
what I
he gonna
mean?
be
Like what are you
out-hustling.
doing? And I've watched him over like now that he's in college and his rebounding has gone up, and I'm that's the stuff that I go ham over. I'm always like, yeah, boy,
Yeah.
7 rebounds, like
Because it's your
because
stats
it's to
all
me,
the way
but
around.
we've missed kind of the idea in it. I feel like kind of almost to your point of like having fun again, right? Like when we were playing growing up, like yes, there was hopes and dreams attached to it, but it also was for learning how to be responsible. You had a responsibility now that you were on a team, and not only just for yourself, but you had a responsibility for your teammates. You know what I mean? Like it was building in a different way that
Yeah.
it's no longer about that because money has become so involved at such the lower levels.
But I also think that like before, to your point, we mentioned that we were joking around a little bit in terms of like kids going outside. Now I know when I grew up, you had to have vacuumed the room, made your bed, you had to hit so many fucking chores before you could go outside, right?
Right.
So you didn't even think about asking your parents if you could hit, but now kids don't necessarily
yeah, they don't have chores.
Yeah, they don't have a chore list. They're not, trying to go outside. So it's an interesting too, kind of like dynamic too, because they're not necessarily like pushed for responsibility as early as we were.
Yeah, it's more of a spoiled It's more of a it's
Spoiled.
because
understatement.
the parents is like, okay, you go with the trainer, I'll do this for you, not realizing we're handicapping them. Because what happened is we're trying to protect them from failure when failing is a part of growth.
Right.
You have to fail to learn how to be successful.
Yeah.
Right? So most of us is trying to stop them from failing, right? The coach benches you want to change teams.
Yeah. Go in the portal and all of a sudden.
Like,
right,
how do you know
just
how to be on the bench? Like, you're not going to be the star on every team. You're going to be a
Right.
bench player. So if you don't know how to be a bench player,
now.
how do you know how to work out to be back in a starting lineup?
Yeah.
Right? How do you grind? Like, if you're so used to
How do you
being a
grind?
star, when they
Yeah.
put you on the bench, that's where you lose yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I need to. And
Head
then
down.
you're done.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
done.
Mentally,
You
for
have to be
sure.
able to-
And that's when
Small
you're
percentage
fucked.
that's guaranteed that starting.
You have to fight, but and that's small percentage.
Yeah.
They got to go with another player. There's
That could be
always a
elite.
pecking order.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
who you were, someone's above you.
Yeah.
Someone's above you. So if you haven't tried to adjust and understand to adapt, and that's why I said, like, sometimes you got to be put in situations where. You remember was it the movie 300?
Yes.
You remember when he put his son in the snow?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to put your kid in an environment where it's only survival.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Elijah.
So Elijah is one of my fabulous nephews. He's the oldest of the boy. They have 4 kids. It's Isela, Elijah, Hamaili, and Alani. Honestly, Alani's going to be the best player because he literally, when I tell you, right?
He's cocky.
Just
You
off
got
top.
the cockiness in him. Man.
Well, he's been cocky since he was 3, but he's brilliant. Elijah just signed to USC. He's all McDonald's team. He's been brilliant since he was 5, and one of his fabulous sons. So that's who he's referring to when he says Elijah Arenas.
Yeah, so
You've seen pictures.
So
on
what I
Instagram,
did is
stop
I
it.
did all the research on super teams, right? All these kids. So
For Elijah. Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna stop
before.
talking.
So we're in
You
the
can
eighth.
finish
So we're in the 8th grade, and we're thinking about schools.
Okay.
Right. So Sierra Kane, all this. So I said, you know what? Before just making a decision, let me see what the data shows.
Okay.
So I took all the Sierra Canyon kids that ever went there, right?
Okay.
And then I followed where they are. All right. Okay. Ooh,
So in the
ooh.
Mission League, because we have, you got Open Division,
open-
Mission.
Yeah,
okay.
so I took
okay.
Sierra Canyon,
D1.
I took all these high level schools where all these ranked kids were going.
Okay.
And the end result didn't match these kids' numbers.
Really?
No.
I'd
So-
love to see that.
So I was like, wait, hold on.
Wait,
He's ranked
what?
1, he's been 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And then they get to this pot of gold and they're not them. Why?
Interesting.
So then I went backwards and I said, I got it. What's ended up happening is they're all teaming up, which means during the developmental stage of your selfishness, of you being who you are, they're learning to be role players to each other.
okay.
So what happened is they're all being non-selfish, winning
supporting, doing the
championships,
thing.
right? So during the developmental stage of who am I, they're learning how to adapt already.
Okay.
Which means is if you only going 25%, you only going 25%, none of you guys ever tapped into 100%. So when you move on to the next level,
And you
you've
gotta go
already,
hard, yeah.
you're the perfect role player.
Mikey, is that kid Mikey? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Williams?
With the, yes.
He got set up.
What?
for
He just said
failure,
the
in my
same
opinion,
shit.
but
He was
yeah.
like, that someone was like,
Yeah.
well, you're a role player now.
Yeah.
And he had to,
And
Yeah.
then that's what happens. He was standing on his own.
yeah.
So it's like with Elijah, it's like, well, then I need to go back to old school. So then I started checking like John Morant, Curry,
Okay.
and went through their high school. They're by themselves. Makes sense. So the star players,
Chatsworth makes so much more sense now.
So the-
I literally this entire time was like, what is G
so the
doing?
star players, if you look at their school, we've seen John Morant, right? I mean, we've seen Zion. And
Yeah.
you're like, what is this? Yeah. What is this? Like, so what ends up happening is, and I told him, I said, what ends up happening is this. When you're on the number 1 team in the country, it's a bunch of y'all. For y'all to be that good, it has to be a bunch of y'all.
Yeah, it
None of
can't
y'all
just
are
be
never really
one.
going hard, right?
Because you have the other
Because
person.
you got the other
you have
pair.
the- yeah,
So
you have
we're
yeah.
not really tapping into our ability. There might be a few games where we have to go hard individually, but none of us have to do it all ourselves. When you're by yourself,
You do.
you have to do everything,
Elijah does everything.
right? So what ends up happening is
Right.
it's like an outfit, right? I got to
Okay.
put on the shoes, the boots, the pants, this,
Yeah.
that, this, hat, glasses, gloves,
Right.
right, to go
The
out
whole
into the
nine.
snow.
Yeah.
And then when I get with you, okay, I don't need my gloves today. Right? Oh,
Yeah,
you on the
got
team?
gloves.
Yeah, I can take my hat off. Right? So I know which attributes to take off to now fit in with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I've only been playing a certain way, and then someone says, all right, hey, look, I need you to put this hat on. And you're like, oh, shit, I never.
Oh no.
Right. A hat.
Bring the-
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, all our point guards found out. You need to dribble the ball up the court.
Huh?
I'm just a shooter. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
so that's what I looked at. Is I looked at where everybody where they
Like,
start off, where
yeah.
they ended. And I didn't the road to them is like
A hard drop
you
off.
are perfect players to the selfish players.
So you
because
think
what-
Bronny did that? Because Bronny
That's
went
what
to
happened.
Sierra Canyon?
And that's what ended up happening.
Okay.
Right? He adapted to his teammates. So now
Yeah.
if he's passing it what happens when he plays with Elijah? What is Elijah doing? Hey, come on.
Right,
Listen.
right. Okay, that's weird, bro.
Exactly.
This is crazy.
And,
Yeah.
and that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
So now that he's in the G League, how like this is the most aggressive you ever seen him.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, yo, wait, hold on. I want you to shoot 20 times.
Yeah.
So now you have to learn how to do that.
Do you think there was a gap, like for example, like Scottie Pippen's kids, Michael Jordan's son, like there was kind of this like, get like even Shaq, right? Like their kids kind of were like, meh. But you have like this new round of guys like Jason Richardson's son. We have Jamal Crawford's son, obviously Elijah. Like you have this new era of kids that I feel like wanted it or want it more than like the previous generation.
Melo's kid too.
Yeah, Melo's kid. Yeah.
So what happens is this. And Bronny James' high school and college career kind of attest to it.
Okay. Bronny. Okay, not Bryce. Yeah.
Bryce too. Bron is still
Bryce is-
playing.
That's deep.
And what I'm saying
Yeah.
is Bron is still playing,
Right. Yeah.
which means daddy's not home to teach them how to do this.
Interesting.
Right? So
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan playing.
Yeah.
Right, Scotty, you know what I mean?
I see we're like,
Right?
yeah.
So
yeah.
what happens is
Huh.
the father themselves that can really give them the edge
Okay.
is not there during the time they need.
Really.
They come back, the kid's already 15, 16.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
You got to instill,
Right, when they're
or you got to
younger.
find a trainer that knows what the fuck he's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
Because
Yeah.
you get a trainer who, played
Yeah.
high school basketball, then he learned his shit from the internet.
Right.
Yeah,
you got a problem.
Oh,
Which
you
is
done,
like
you done.
80% of
Yeah,
the
so what ends up happening, like somebody like Sharif, right?
Oh yeah.
That's a pro.
Yeah.
Super athletic, agile. That like if Shaq would have had him at the right trainers when he was
He
10
would've
years
killed.
old,
Yeah.
you're looking at a whole different species
Person,
because
yeah.
he's 6'11", that can
Huge.
dribble, that
Yeah.
can
All the
jump.
natural
Like
gi-
you know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
you're talking about a Giannis.
Giannis,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
With more
put some weight on the boy.
with more
he good.
jumping ability.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
because he was just finished playing, he is who he is, so he's working all the time.
Yeah.
It was hard for him to really tap into it,
Right.
and that's what happens with the athlete.
I know that's
They're
so
privileged.
sad.
It's a privileged kid, so
So
you guys
they
don't
figured-
have the parent that says you're getting us out of the hood.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all got
right.
video games, so do y'all love it?
Right.
It's only two roads: either pain is pushing you don't want to live like this no more, or you love it.
Yeah, and you want
And
like,
that's
you
the battle.
live,
That's the
breathe
battle right
DNA.
now.
Yeah.
It's the pain versus the love.
That's interesting because like the boys, like Isaiah and Carter, right? They're 16, so there's a clear, dedicated time to sports. Derek freaks out about it like every day because he's always like, "When I was their age," I'm like, "But also that was in the 70s, so that's weird." But like it's interesting because he just recently talked about the pain part. So we didn't make open division and we missed it by like 0.0s, blah blah blah, right? And he was like, the kids in particular, the boys didn't haven't lost anything enough to like where that would have been devastating, right? Like, so he was like, yo, when, you know what I mean? They should have been like in tears because that's just one more rebound, one more win, one more everything, any of it. And so he kind of talked about the pain, like they haven't experienced the pain yet, that they felt like they've, you know what I mean? They've been a little kind of, you know, they're very privileged kids, but like they've been, you know, they haven't been there. Fast forward to today. Like video games and kids, and do you go, if you are playing video games, then you don't love it? Like, do you ever feel like, is there a balance there? 'Cause we have this argument all the time.
Okay, so yeah, that's the illusion of us as adults and kids.
Okay.
Right. The video.
I feel like he's about to prove my
We,
point.
no. The NBA. We're probably the best gamers in the world.
Yeah.
Y'all game, right?
Yeah, that's all we do is game.
They game.
All they do is game.
That is
right. Every parent can just take a deep exhale, like, whew.
that's the relief from that, especially for a boy. His stress relief is games, video gaming. Like that's where he gets to get out of his inner self. I do this with Alani and Elijah.
Alani is what, 13 now?
13 now.
13.
Okay.
So Alani's 13.
So
I just,
him-
first of all, he's taller than me, which is he's
Wow.
just so proud of.
Him and
I
his
love
friends
it.
will sit there 6-7 hours.
Easy.
And
Easy.
I said, all right, look, I don't know who your friends are. I don't know if they're going to be players.
Right.
Or I don't know what they're going to do, but y'all don't have the same world, right? So I said, because y'all not in the same world, they can't do the same things.
Right.
So I'm not saying don't play. I'm saying if you're going to play 6 hours, I said, you have a shooting machine outside, right? I said, on a 2 second or 3 seconds, you can get 100 or 200 shots in about 6 minutes.
Okay.
Every 30 minutes
Right. Good.
or every 1 hour, get up for 10 minutes. Go out
Put
there,
some shots up.
put some
Yeah.
shots up. They play 2 games without you, dude.
Right.
Just
right.
2 games.
Life is
Yeah.
not over. yeah. For
You heard
real.
it? Go there,
Life
get
is not over.
200, come back.
Yeah.
Right? Start
and they
playing.
still
Put
gonna
your
be here.
timer on.
Yeah.
And I say, that's how you have to think of it.
Yeah.
Because I said, if you don't realize how much time is passing. Because,
You don't,
Because I
yeah.
said, what you can't do is you can't make up.
Time.
You can't make up time.
Yeah.
We think we can, but you can't.
Right.
So I tell kids, like, all right, we're going to take 200 shots, right? And say 200 shots a day, 365 days.
Gee, there's a lot of shots. Yeah.
It is, but it's not.
Okay.
When it comes to 24 hours.
Oh.
When it comes to 24
Yeah,
hours,
put the 24 in there.
you got 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Better. Legit.
This shit
You're
right here.
13, nigga. Right, exactly. That was your 15 minutes right there. Boom. For real.
So it's like, if shooting machine, like I tell parents, like, look, if you have the space
Get one?
to get a shooting machine, that is your best investment. It costs about $4,500, $3,500 to $6,000. It is your best investment. Here's why. A trainer's going to do what? If you got a trainer that's going to pick you up, or you're going to take your kid to the
Yeah, to the spot.
to the spot, right? Pick them up whenever, right? That's going to be a 2 to 3 hour
Yeah.
exchange,
right.
right?
Yeah, easy.
for your
Yeah.
kid to be grouped with a bunch of people.
Ugh, I hate that.
Even if you're doing private, how many shots is he actually taking? Right? With a shooting machine, if you took the same 3 hours,
And shot.
you got almost 4,000 shots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
So you can condense the 200 shots you're gonna get with your coach for 2 hours.
Right.
You can do that in 10 minutes.
Right.
How many 10 minutes do you have throughout the day?
Yeah, as I go and buy a machine.
Right, exactly. It's just like,
So if your
it's worth the
kid
investment.
if your
Yeah.
kid just thinks about it like that, hey, every hour, hey, yo, boys, go get some shots.
Right.
You spend 10 minutes.
And like real shots. Don't put up no,
you,
yeah.
You do
yeah.
that 3 times a day. That's 600 shots. 600 shots a week. I mean, 600
Yeah.
shots a day a week.
Yeah.
That's somebody's 2 months.
In 1 week.
That's in 1 week.
Yeah.
So, when you start calculating the kids, like if someone's going and doing 3 workouts a day, or they got a shooting machine, and he's sitting here saying, I'm going to take, 3 10-minute breaks. So I'm only shooting 30 minutes a day. I said, he got 600 shots up.
Yeah.
I said, you worked out 3 times this week.
Right.
I said, y'all only did 100 shots, 150
Yeah.
shots, right? So he's clearing you in 1 day in a week. I said, you add it up. I
Yeah.
said, I just said, you added up for a year.
Yeah.
When you two face each other,
Oh, it's a
he's
wrap.
fucking you up.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
automatic.
Right,
worked
and it's
out.
boom,
You
2 to
worked
3
out
seconds,
3
yeah.
times harder than him, and he's
Right.
fucking you up.
Yeah.
It's all math.
Yeah.
I said, Mama, I'm gonna be like Curry. You can't.
Oh, okay. Why?
You're
Dang, that's
you're already
disrespectful.
17 years old. He started that regimen at 10. He's been shooting 200 shots since 10 years old.
Right,
So
right,
by the
right.
same age, he done had about 40,000 shots put into that
Right,
arm.
past you.
Literally,
Yeah,
Like,
right, right,
so
right.
Yeah.
there you can't, right?
Yeah, that's the time you can't get back, right?
You have
Yeah.
to be it's the consistency. So I tell a kid, like, if you're supposed to do 200 shots, right? I would rather you do 200 shots every day versus you do, 400 today, none tomorrow, none. You still, right? You still get to the
The
1400.
consistency, yeah, but not,
It's the everyday, because
Yeah.
what ends up happening is you ask me, why do I wake up at 4?
I
And
do.
said,
He wakes up at 4 a.m.
I said, I don't know. I've been doing it since I was little. It's muscle memory.
Yeah.
Same thing with shooting. If your body is used to working out Monday, Tuesday real hard, and then resting Wednesday, Thursday, and then going half-ass Friday, and then hard on Saturday. Once it memorizes that, what happens when you have a game on Wednesday?
Right.
Now I want to see the statistics.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah,
your
for real.
body,
Like,
because your body's so used to chilling on this day, it wants to naturally do that. Like if you ever just calculate how you're gonna get hungry at the same time, you're gonna want to go to sleep at the same time, because your body's used to it. So you have to be able to train your body. Not to fall asleep and do all this. Like like where I used to train is, okay, if we play at 7:00, that's when I'm gonna go hard. So my body gets used to it. Like
That makes
I go to sleep at 1:00 right after practice. If you go back in history and look at my 1:00 games, I guarantee you they're the worst.
Yeah.
Because you were used
Because
to
as soon as the
being
game's
asleep.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn, I'm late. Yeah, it feels like 2
Can I get
a.m.
like 4 Red Bulls, man. Like, this is crazy. Be out there jittery in the mug, but it's one of those things where you have to start if you want to be a pro, you can't wait till you get to the pros to be a pro. You have the information on the internet. Treat yourself like a pro today.
Now, yeah, I know.
good
I know.
life
Derek
stuff.
is always like, you can go on YouTube and find anything.
Right. What
I'm
are we
always like,
doing?
poor baby.
Training
What are we
routines,
doing?
ab routines.
Yeah,
you
the
can-
whole
it.
nine.
It's sacrificing. It's sacrificing time and rearranging time.
At what point though are you like, look, at this point you're fucked. Like you're not
No,
getting it
it's
back.
not. If your genetics matter. The
Okay.
better genetics you got, you can cheat a little bit. You can,
Right.
You might be all right.
You're
Right,
If,
right,
if your
exactly.
parents is fucking tall,
Like,
and you still
yeah.
short right now, you gonna grow. Like
Yeah, it's fine.
So
Yeah.
if you see they're already super athletic, then
Yeah.
some of those kids that wasn't good around 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, they can turn into stars, right? So
Got it.
like Zion didn't turn good, like
Yeah.
that Zion into
Yeah.
the beginning of his junior year,
Got it. Okay.
right?
Whew,
Yeah.
Okay, we're good, Isaiah and Carter.
I
Y'all are
can't
about to get a
do-
text.
Don't do my baby.
Now, like I said,
No, they're fine.
once they get to 6'5", 6'7", you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a whole
yeah.
different. It's a
Different
whole
ballgame.
Yeah,
different.
because you got to readjust anyway.
You
Yeah.
have to, but you want the manner. You want everything to be instilled.
Right,
You don't want
sure.
them cheating themselves today.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna start cheating themselves later.
Yeah.
So you want them to have like little responsibilities,
Yeah.
right? Understanding. Oh, you wanted to go to this game. You play tomorrow, right?
Like that all the time.
All right. So
What do you have to do
the game is today. You play tomorrow. How many shots did you get up so far? None. I was gonna do something on the way back. Why would you wait on the way back when you can do 10 minutes right now?
Yeah. Right.
Just go
right.
to 10 minutes right now.
Yeah.
It won't hurt you. Go out
Right.
there, get
It
the
won't
shots
hurt
up.
you.
Come on
Right.
in.
Be a little late.
And,
yeah.
and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I say this, I'd rather you go out there, take 10 shots and come back. The one thing you don't want to do is don't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't want your
Yeah.
brain to ever say don't do nothing.
Right.
You want to do something, because you don't get better by the days you want to do it.
The days you
It's
don't.
the days you don't want to
Yeah.
do it that actually helps you, because
Yeah.
that's an extra day. Like if you 7 days a week, if you only want to work out the days you feel good, then that's just 2.5,
Right.
3.
Right.
One
At
one
then-
to me.
max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's
Right.
2 days you don't want to do nothing. Those 2 days is when you want to
gotta
do
go.
something, because that just added to your
Yeah.
workload. And those are the key. It's just those little things of rearranging time.
So I'm curious because your girls and your boys play.
Mhm.
Is your approach different with your girls than it is the boys?
First of all, his girls are spicy. Isela and
And
Hermione will.
Killing it.
Yes.
So in-
Come on, ladies.
So when it's training time,
Mhm.
it is 2 different battles,
Okay.
because the boys don't say nothing, right? If I tell them run through the wall, they
Yeah.
run through the wall,
Yeah.
right?
Please.
The girls-
Isela and Hermione. Like, let me explain something to you.
So when you say run through the wall, like,
We got questions.
Like,
okay?
do you
All the
mean-
questions. I need to
like, do
understand.
we hit it? Do we touch it? It's like I'm like, you know, like now I gotta sit there and explain. The boys like, come on, God.
Right.
And like,
They already ran through
like,
the wall. They're like, God damn.
Like, you see this lump? That's what he means.
Right.
Get the lump. Like, and you know, it's the water breaks, and it's like we need water.
I am
We're gonna.
dying.
And I'm sitting here like,
We need water. It's
This
true.
is-
It's fair.
it's
That's
supposed to
fair.
be 30 minutes. It's an
47
hour and a half because we got
minutes.
47 water breaks. So it
Hey,
is.
he's trying to play my baby.
Yeah, no,
He's
it
trying to
is.
play
It
him.
is frustrating.
Okay.
It's frustrating because the boys just want to get through
Go.
it, right? They just like at this point, it's like, okay, it's gonna be painful. We know if we just go hard, it's actually shorter,
Sure.
Right.
right? You start fucking around, oh, it's long, oh, it's gonna be a long ass day, right? I'm not one of those like, hey, you know what, y'all ain't working hard, get out. Oh no, you wasted
Right,
my
right.
time.
Right. You know you're
All
gonna
Right. We got time today then.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
so you know, it's one of those where I tell them, I said, everything is more mental than it is physical.
Did you say this to the girls?
Yes, everyone, all of them. Like, so
Everybody,
I'm
yeah.
like, all right. I said, we'll pick. I used to do this like miles. You got 1 mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, right?
Okay.
And you just blind pick.
Oh, like that.
So now I said, so now you got to have someone. So now it's all you guys. Y'all vote on which one, A, B, or C.
Okay.
So now they got to work as a team trying to figure it
Poor
out.
babies.
No matter what the fuck they say, it's 5 miles. I don't give a fuck,
Shit.
I don't give a fuck what they say. 5 miles.
That's so
Because I want to see
disrespectful.
the reaction.
Oh, okay.
Because
And the girls react harder?
early they did, but eventually,
Okay.
no, they see. I told you to pick one to do that. You know,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But the reason I do it
Poor
is
kids.
I don't want you to look at training as a negative thing.
Right.
You run 5 miles.
Yeah,
you're
all
in
right.
shape.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can run forever. So this is actually something that helps you.
Right.
So all I'm saying is run, go, just go. You go hard to the point where I'm like, all right, you good, let's go. Right? So,
Yeah.
you know, the boys, they gone. They go.
They out.
Now
Bye.
with Hermione, it's more of just don't stop. Like you guys are actually, this is 4 different races now. This is the race of you,
Yeah.
right? So Hermione, you're tired. Don't walk. Don't stop. Keep moving because at the end of the day, the finish line it's not coming to you. You're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
So just keep moving. I don't give a fuck if it's 1, 2.
Yeah, 2.
You
Yeah,
crawl.
just go.
Just keep
Yeah.
going forward. Never give up. This is
Yeah.
the last fight. So once you teach them that, it's easier to train after that.
And that's smart too, because there's oftentimes there'll be like 2 minutes left in the game. And I'll be like, y'all are only
Yeah.
down by fucking 4.
Yeah, push.
Like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
why are y'all
Yeah,
slowing
yeah.
down? So
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
end up being that, like, yo, it ain't over until it's over.
Yeah.
you
You know what I
gotta,
mean?
but
Yeah.
you have to mentally put them through things that
Yeah.
challenges them. Like it's just one of those things where it's more verbal than it is physical. Like, all
Yeah.
right, we're gonna shoot 10,000 shots. To see what your body does, because your body's gonna have a natural reaction. Like, well,
Right,
why?
right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. What you mean?
I mean, why?
So would you
So you don't
rather
want to be
go-
Steph?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then
Well,
shut
then
up.
shoot 10,000
Right,
shots.
right,
Right.
right.
As a matter of fact, shoot 20, stupid. Yeah, no, legit. Well, just and just real quick. So Isela goes to Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
and Elijah's at USC,
Uh-huh.
and Hermione plays at Notre Dame, killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And Alani, he's just gonna take over the world. So,
Yes,
but
yeah.
he's where he's at Heritage now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
at Heritage, 7th grade. Trying
Okay.
to figure out where he's gonna
Yeah, I
go
was
for
going
eight.
to go. Okay.
Do you feel like
Exciting.
your kids had, especially with the boys, have pressure to play because of who you are?
No, it's weird. No, you remember? Look, they started off as soccer players.
No, every kid starts off playing soccer.
I don't know that. I'm a soccer dad. Don't know what's going on. So with Elijah, what's funny is Elijah was the first one to start basketball, and it
really?
had nothing to do with me. So, it was Jaden Alexander.
Oh, yeah. Veto and Biggs. Yeah.
So his son played soccer and basketball, so they played on the same soccer team.
Yeah.
So at lunchtime, they're playing basketball. So it was a Halloween, and the kid had on a Wizards jersey 0, the gold one.
Oh, okay.
So kid came as a basketball player.
Yeah.
And Elijah was like, hey, that's my last name. And he was like, oh, yeah, this is Gilbert Arenas. It's a Wizards jersey. He was like, my dad's name's Gilbert Arenas.
I'm dying.
And he was like,
poor
your
baby.
dad is
You're
Gilbert Arenas?
You're trying to play my baby.
No,
right now.
he's like, your dad is Gilbert Arenas. But think about like when I retired, think about how old they were. I wasn't playing.
Yeah. You're a
I
baby.
wasn't playing. So,
Yeah.
so the kid's like, your dad is Gilbert Arenas? No, not that. No, my dad's name is Gilbert Arenas.
Right.
So he showed us.
It's like, it's so weird.
So he went to it. I said, that's my dad. Then he came home, said, yo, is this you? I was like, yeah.
Right.
You play basketball? Yeah. No. And then from there, like Jaden, he started playing with Jaden.
Yeah.
And then I remember getting the phone call. I was like, hey, you have a son by the name of Elijah? I was like, yeah, well, something happened? He's like, yeah, he just came to a program. Basketball? He's like, yeah. How you look? Horrible. Always horrible. Somebody's like, this is your son. I was like, no, it's not.
Right. No. Actually, let's talk about this.
So I was like, so it was one of those things where, when you look, it was like, yeah. One thing he did know how to do, because I had balls in the house.
He knew how to dribble the shit out of the ball.
The shit out of the
There's
ball.
a fucking video of him. He was 5.
There was no rim. So there was
What?
no rim. He just knew this was.
Yeah.
Like,
Cece recently posted that video. This boy was 5 years old. When I tell you he has that ball in a string, woo, that shit is impressive.
And that's what I said. I said,
golly, it's
he
crazy.
should know how to dribble the. I said,
At minimum.
I said this.
This is him still talking to coach. No, seriously, he might.
I said, was he
be able.
dribbling? He was like, no, he didn't know, like, catching the ball. I said, look, because I had balls around the house, I used to just do basketball stuff. I said, we didn't have a rim, so there was no shooting. He should know how to dribble. I said, elite dribbling for his age.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
The concept of basketball, he probably doesn't know.
Lost him.
I said, just having basketballs around the house, he knows what to do with it. He don't know shoot, pass. He don't know.
You didn't never want to.
So he says, you know what? Thursday we have practice. Let me see. He put the ball in his hand and told him to do this stuff. And he's like, yo.
Shit.
His dribbling is unreal. He just don't know what basketball
What
is.
else to do?
It's like he had no other clue what to do.
So once he
baby.
started like liking it, and like he hit his first bucket, got so excited.
Yeah.
Aw, you're gonna make me cry. He's so cute because he was such a baby.
But soccer, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, little toesies going.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in
Gifted.
soccer.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
really
yeah.
gifted in soccer. And that was one thing that helped him because it gave him the footwork.
Yes.
It gave him the,
That speaks to kind of where we're headed in terms of multi-sports. When we talked about kind of like what's the difference now, we talk often about the importance of playing multiple sports in comparison to just always your basketball. Like basketball today is 365 days. It is so annoying. And even like the boys were like, well, we want to go out for football, and everyone was like, no. And I was like, well, for the first time in a long time, because I didn't want them to get hurt before, I was like, actually, they need to. Their injuries are still the same. They get what is it called when you do same use injuries or whatever it is? Like, like the same muscles or whatever it's called, something called. But like you were a multi-sport, person and athlete.
For any sport, you want at least soccer. You want soccer.
Really?
Because what happens is when you have soccer, it teaches you how to use your feet individually, right? And when you're talking about football, basketball, understanding foot and how it moves helps you. Soccer. Think about soccer. Now think about tennis.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. You know what I mean?
See what you did there.
So the basis of soccer, ladder drills, understanding how to kick with your feet and understand that part, it helps you in every sport. So soccer should be the first sport.
Okay.
And then, football is for if you're trying to get the ultimate athlete.
Okay.
The explosion, the drills they do, like it recruits different muscles that basketball just
Doesn't tap into.
No.
Yeah.
So like if you think about the best football players, they had basketball experience.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
So you look at the
Which is why we're always
Keyshawn-
shocked when they get up there and they're
Yeah,
like
they can
hooping.
shoot,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
like,
when
okay,
you're looking at
yeah.
the gifted ones, they
Yeah.
had basketball because the basketball eye coordinate the spin, so they
Yeah.
have the rhythm of it. You look at the basketball players, you can tell who played football, how they
yeah.
drive, how they
Yeah.
jump. Like they got this different
type of
explosion.
explosion.
It's-
Yeah.
You're like, oh Lord Jesus.
right.
They,
Damn, boy. Yeah.
they're
that drop
they're
play,
way more aggressive early.
Yeah.
And physical. Yeah.
So you want to be able to, especially depending on who you are as a parent, right? That matters too, right? If you know your child is going to be tall, then all right, I need footwork and I need him to be mentally strong. So we're going to start him off early. We're going to start him off in track, Pop Warner, right? Or flag,
Yeah,
just
pop, yeah.
something
One or
that gets him.
something, yeah.
And then you're going to be a
There you go.
basketball player.
Yeah.
Right. So like somebody like Wimby, you can tell he was in like some type of ballerina, some type
Okay.
of soccer.
Pilates, or are you going that way?
No,
like,
when-
are you
when-
going?
No. When you look at
yes.
at how he moves,
He's
Yeah.
very agile. Very,
he's light on his feet,
Yep.
stretch, flexible,
Super stretch,
right?
yeah.
So you can tell he had to be in some type of
Something, yeah.
gentle sport as
Yeah.
a youth.
That's fair.
A lot of them, like if you like go like
that's true.
if you ask Jokic and Luka now,
Now that I'm thinking about his game, I'm like, that's so true.
like if you ask Jokic and Luka, like what did y'all play when y'all first started? It's gonna be some type of dance.
You think so?
Because the feet is gonna be soccer or some type of dance to get the
I think
footwork.
it's got to be something. First of all, neither one of them asses have ever been in shape ever. Luca is so fucking soft. Like, he reminds me of Carmelo Anthony.
They're not
He's
solid,
so
but they're in
fluffy.
shape.
Yeah.
They're so fluffy.
Yeah,
I'm like,
just
God.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, do y'all lift at
Yeah.
all ever?
No,
like,
no.
He'll come out
Thank
there and
you.
get buckets on your ass real
oh,
quick.
first of all, also, sorry guys, but Luca does not look like he's 25. When they were like, well, he's only 25, I was like,
I was
all
lucky
right,
shocked he was
y'all,
only 25,
32
but yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, it's just the face. The face.
You
Yeah.
know.
It's
The
right,
round
it's the
face
light.
gets
They
you.
age a little
they
different.
do.
That's okay though. Neither here nor there. Okay, I want to switch
Oh,
gears
shit.
slightly a little bit because something that you did in your career was you negotiated your own contract. And I would love to hear a little bit about kind of how that even
Went about.
and then furthermore, now that you have kids that have that level of potential, how do you plan on kind of navigating that, even with NILs and all the things that's happening right now? What does that look like for you now?
So I had an agent by the name of Dan Fagan, may he rest in peace. 06, it was 06 Olympic Games, right? No, not Olympic. It was a USA FIBA Games. So I was on the verge of getting cut. And yeah, so I pulled my groin. I went in like, yeah, wait. So, I don't know
So
what
about that.
I don't know what my injury's gonna be, and I don't want to, hold some minutes up for, one of them. I was trying to be.
So you're good.
I was
Yeah,
trying
you
to
can
be nice, like because there's at that moment in time, there's only 3 of us that's 2-time All-Star and 2-time All NBA players.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Right,
I
so
forgot those accolades. Right.
it's me,
Sir.
Braun, and Dwayne. We're the
Okay.
only 3 at that moment in time. So yeah, you really can't tell me shit.
Yeah.
You
So
can't tell you shit now. So,
true. So I was
okay.
trying to be. This is for America. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
I'm dying.
so I'm like, hey, I don't want to hold it down for somebody. You know what I mean? And it's, oh yeah, we was on the verge of cutting you.
Were you surprised?
He's only one
When
of
he's-
these 3.
When he's
No, I went like, were you like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like,
when he said it,
yeah,
I
you
heard
were
him.
like,
It made me look at the team.
you were like, well, which one of y'all are about to go?
Like he was like, yeah, so you on the verge of getting cut.
Like, that's
Right,
wild.
who?
Damn.
Right.
That's wild.
Right. It's him, huh?
Like
It's
I'm over
him.
here looking like,
It's Brian. I knew it.
are they getting a bunch of new players?
Right.
I don't see Kolb here. KG
Right.
ain't here. T Mac ain't here. Like, I'm trying to figure out who the
Right.
fuck you cutting me for.
Right.
The fuck, do you
Make it make sense.
You're right,
do you not
exactly.
see the rest of this
Right,
lineup?
exactly. You're like, you're sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Like
That's
we got the
funny.
blue team, cool. The white team, the one I'm on, I'm the best player here. That's why they give me the ball every motherfucking time.
Hello.
like they passing it to me for a reason.
man,
They
right.
think I'm selfish. No, they trying to win.
Right.
So like,
Hello.
here, Gil, do your thing. Like,
Hello.
Gil, the whole time, I'm like, who are you talking to?
So I left, and
that is funny.
then I'm like, all right, I'm on some Tupac shit.
Oh,
So
okay.
that summer, it's on.
Now explain that. Like, what does that mean? You just went hard. Like, you were like, what did that
listen,
summer look like?
So I missed the free. So the playoff series that year, I missed
Okay.
the free throws.
Oh,
Right. So
Okay.
so I missed the free throws in the playoffs, and then now I got cut for a bunch of players that's not even remotely on my level. Like
yeah.
I can be them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Easy. Yeah.
Like my bad games, that's their good
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If I
yeah.
average what they average, I'll be booed right now. Like
Right,
and you'll
right.
say I fell off.
Right.
Right. So I can be. They can't be me.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're saying you're gonna cut me
Wild.
Yeah.
for someone that fit, I fit. Trust me.
Right.
I
right.
can fit.
Best believe,
I cannot
yeah.
shoot the ball and just pass it to LeBron. That seems easy. Right? But offensive rebound, dunking on people, you can't get that.
Right.
You can't get picking up full court and the fastest
Yeah.
dude on the court. You can't do
Yeah.
that, right?
Right.
So I really was like, yo.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
So I remember like, yo, mentally, hey man, listen, I gotta be on demon time. It's demon time. They fucking with
It's
the wrong
fuck
one.
you,
I
yeah.
miss free throws. They probably laughing at me right now.
Right. Yeah.
So, so I hit up dude named Frank out of San Francisco. You ever heard of him? The Black Ops guy.
Oh, yeah.
So I was one of his.
Okay.
I was his
Yeah.
second NBA player. So it was Kobe
Yeah.
first. Like when
And
Kobe
then
was
him.
going through the mental shit, who'd he go to? There's like, dude, out of Frank. Went straight to Frank.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you're talking about mental, that's where I understood, oh, this is different levels. When you
Mhm.
unlock some mental shit, you on a whole nother cocky level.
Yeah.
Working with him for just a week, I understood Kobe after that.
Oh,
I understood everything.
yeah.
Our first workout was basically we in the sand on the beach,
Mm.
and we gonna run to the blue house. So, I run to blue. Okay, cool.
Weird.
All right, go.
Right.
So you start,
Where
right?
is the blue
You
house?
just start it.
Yeah.
You're talking. You start getting fatigued. Look, 20 minutes, start looking up. Okay. Start looking behind. Like,
Right. Did we pass it?
Right. And then he said, the more you look for it, the tighter you're going to be. Just know it's there. So just look down and just keep going. Keep running. And then at some point,
Right. It'll
we're
show
going to
up.
get there.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we're just having a conversation, talking, boom, and we got there.
Mm.
Right? So the shit he was doing was really mentally challenging me.
Okay.
And that's where, like, I remember I told him I'd take 100 shots, 100 shots from a spot. He said 1,000. I said, what?
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
He said,
A total. All
he
of
said,
it.
he said 1,000 shots. Because he didn't know nothing about basketball. He was just here. He was just black ops, just mental, just running hills and all that stuff. So he was like, I'm going to rebound. We're going to take 1,000 shots. So, you're shooting. And what ends up happening is your mind starts playing tricks on you. It's the battle of you, right? And then you like 40 minutes go by. And he was like, 40.
You like,
Excuse me.
40.
He was
I'm in a
start
full
squinting.
fucking sweat. And I got 900 some. Oh, hell no. Then now I have to focus because I got to finish.
1,000 shots, bro, at
So-
one fucking spot.
So now I'm like really trying to get into a rhythm, really trying to, okay, let's string
Yeah.
these motherfuckers together, right? 10 in a row, can't miss. All right, let's beat 10. You know what I mean? Okay, I got
Yeah.
25. Okay, let's beat 25. And before you know it, he's all right, done, next spot.
And you're like, oh, shit.
And then,
Yeah.
and that's how I started doing it. So
Mhm.
when I was coming into game winners that following year, it
You
was
were like,
easy money,
Yeah.
right? So what happened is I heard my agent was negotiating with D'Antoni because of Sean Marion. Yeah.
Okay.
And they had like a little falling out, and I was the casualty to it.
Oh.
And I was with Adidas.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, man, I can create my own bridges. I can burn my own bridges. I don't need you to burn them for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Set this whole show
So
on fire
so
myself.
I fired him, and I said I can speak for myself.
Okay.
Right? What's hard about saying Max?
Max deal, right?
Max.
MAX.
Yeah,
So that's crazy.
Hey, so Max.
Max.
It's like I don't know how hard that
Right,
is.
exactly. You're like, I
Sounds
got that.
pretty
I'll
easy.
save myself 10%.
Yeah, like when Wimby, like in 2 years they're gonna say, hey, so
Yeah.
Max.
Right,
Please,
period.
you don't need nobody to go in there and like hold on, let me and get 4% of the word Max.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So
Real.
the fact that I was a Max player, I didn't see no need for him.
Okay.
And I did something that was very different. Well, there's only a couple of people that really understand the concept of understand the guy who writes the check,
Okay.
not the person who talks to the person who writes the
Write the
check.
check. Okay.
Know the motherfucker who writes the check, so you are more than just a number to him.
So you develop a
I said
relationship.
because you are famous, he's rich, wealthy. He don't got no friends.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Ain't nobody saying, hello, how you doing? How's your day?
Right,
He don't
right.
get that.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
you be normal to him. Hey, how you doing? How's the wife and kids?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you do on the weekends? Like, and and you
cared.
You
Yeah, he
have
started
that conversation.
caring.
And that's what I did with Mr. Poland.
Mm.
I built it. Like when he talking about, I was like, hey, Mr. Poland, got a couple things for the arena.
Not for the
No,
arena.
for the arena, no.
You know, the way that these seats sit, Northwest would be great.
Dead ass. I was like, your staff, they're, older people. They're about 70, 80. They sitting on metal chairs. And it's kind of hurting them.
Oh, that's so nice.
Can we get some
Okay.
cushion ones in,
Shout out to the cushion
And I said, you want them to
chairs.
do their job at the best, right? And he was like, all right, get some new cushion ones. And then they're like, yeah.
Right.
Right, you know what I mean? So
I'd be sliding you a whole bunch of
it was the little things of
Yeah.
improve, like
that
trying to
matters, though.
improve. Like this is your
Yeah.
building, this is your love. I'm out there watching, making sure everything is cool. So I remember when I was negotiating, because the general manager lowballed me. Right? To be honest, he didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay.
Right? He went in there and said, hey, man.
This is what we can do.
He was like, hey, what you did, amazing. 3-time All-Star, 3-time MVP. You are the cornerstone of this franchise. And I want to reward you with this deal.
Yeah.
He's like, "Woo,
Yeah, baby.
I will slap the shit out of you right now.
You back looking around again.
Correct. Again.
I started,
Brian,
I
is
started
this for
trying to
you?
move shit like
Yeah,
this thing
exactly.
88. Like, no, I know my deal is 127. So is it giving me more? Is there a one missing? Because I know damn well.
Is this a bonus?
Right, I'm like 88. Is this like?
I do math well.
Right,
so.
exactly. You're like minus.
So I was like, yeah, this is a very good contract. Well, Baron Davis just opted out of his deal, and they offered me right before I walked in here 5-year 101 max. Oh, and a helicopter. And a $5 million house. So, you know what I mean? Whatever I want going to match up to the 127. And then I said, unfortunately, I got to wake up in the morning. So this negotiation is going to be over. And I'm going to be gone until the 11th. So I purposely set my tour in China for the first day of free agency.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
what I didn't have is leverage because I've been injured.
Oh, yeah.
So the leverage I needed was I need other people to sign,
Okay.
which means you're going to be scared. So I'm tying up the money. So I'm letting everybody
Yeah,
sign.
yeah, got it. Okay.
Right?
Got
Where
it.
you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
shit, if we
shit,
lose Gilbert,
yeah.
who we going to get? Yeah, Baron
Yeah,
Davis gone.
right, gone.
This person
So-and-so
gone.
gone.
This person
Got
gone.
it.
And you
Okay.
can't make a move until I do something.
Right,
So
right.
what I'm doing is drowning out the money.
Yeah.
Right? So now
and
when
your
we talk,
options.
so that was my plan. So basically,
Yeah, you got it set for over a couple years, right?
Huh?
Like you did your payment so that it wasn't all like upfront or all.
Yeah.
Like there were
yes.
some other things you did in that contract
Yeah, that
that
was
were pretty
towards the
significant.
that was towards the end. So what ended up happening is I get the call that morning. So this was midnight. So we all talked about 7 minutes before I walked out. That's all was my
Damn.
shit. I walk out, right? Yeah.
He's like, as a matter
part
of
of my
fact.
part of my
exactly.
negotiation.
Cool.
Oh, that was a great deal, but
Right.
I actually got to go. We'll continue this later. Just hit me on the jack, right? So I get to the airport.
jack, dude.
I get to the airport. The owner called me. He said, "Listen, I don't know who needs to be fired. Just let me know. But look, whatever the deal is, all of it, every dollar is yours. You did everything you said you were going to do. You kept your word. I
Yeah.
told you, get me out of the Michael Jordan era. You
Oh.
did. You won. Fan favorite. You
Yep.
did everything. Whatever it is, I don't care what they're saying about your knee, has no merit to me.
Mm-hmm.
You did your part. I'm going to do my part. It's all yours.
Wow.
You do what you want with it. Enjoy your enjoy your trip. So I was
Okay.
over there. I called Antoine, yo, what do you need? Deshaun, even though he was coming up 2 years, what do you guys need?
Yeah.
You know, I don't need the whole 127, right? So I'm,
Okay.
you know, so I'm like, all right, what can I do? So I went with 111, penny. So
Lord, that's-
I didn't sign the max deal. My max was 127. So I left $16 million on the table.
Got it for other players.
for
Can
other
we talk
players.
about that penny real fast?
Oh,
Yeah. So Hamiley's middle name is Penny, and he obviously is a huge Penny Hardaway fan. Wasn't there a moment though? Didn't you like meet him in something like? There's kind of this like funny story. I know that you used to love those damn commercials.
Oh, yeah, I was
a little Penny.
yeah,
Oh, what? He used to love the fucking
They were
commercials.
great.
I used to die laughing. It's
Penny
hilarious.
was the shit. So what I did was when I was over there, I just grabbed every elite player's contract.
Okay.
So Kobe, Vince, Duncan, and I'm just reading. So on a plane throughout when I'm not doing anything, I'm just reading the details of everybody's contract, just pulling stuff.
Oh, nice.
You know, like
Yep.
the
Add
for the
this,
love in the
take
game.
this
So I'm
out.
over here thinking about things that I naturally do.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, I still got to protect myself from me.
Fair.
Right.
That's smart that you
Fair.
know that though. A lot
Right.
of people
Like,
don't know that.
like, okay, so they got rules in. So the love of the game. So I was like, the love of the game means wherever I see fit, I can play. I don't need your permission. So if I'm sitting there like, oh shit, pickup game, I want to play, and then I break my leg, you can't do nothing about it.
Oh.
Right. So I had the Michael Jordan. So I had that and for the love of the game in it. Then felony. And I don't know when I'm gonna get one, but knowing me,
But I should probably put that
it's
in
a
there.
possibility.
It's like I wonder if I can put felonies in this motherfucker. Already.
Possibility. You know,
Very fair.
Just go ahead, throw that up in there.
That's too funny, actually.
I'm dying.
Right. So it was
Right,
just
parking tickets
It was just
sold.
It was just
Let's
little
go.
things like how to contract, when I got paid. Right. I seen like Kobe had he got paid in damn near either there was like the beginning of August or the beginning of September.
Like off season? Like
We started in
did you even
October.
get- yeah.
He got it full contract
Okay.
August
Got it.
1st or September 1st. I know Tim Duncan got 80% of his money September 1st.
Interesting.
Right. So I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
right.
what is the benefit of this? And it's like, for tax purposes, blah, blah, blah.
Right?
All right. So I was like, all right. So I want 11.5 million November 1st every year. And then the rest of the money, 24 payments. So the whole year. So our normal is 6 months. Right. So that's the normal way of being paid during basketball season. So 6 months of the season is how you get paid. And financially, it's not smart for a player.
Take notes, kids.
The reason
Right.
why is this: you're getting paid and you're playing, right? You're
Mhm,
spending your money. What happens is your appetite gets bigger in the summer, right? Vacation, partying,
Yeah,
right?
all the things.
Well, you're not getting paid.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're spending
but
more.
you're spending. So basically, all that nest egg you done saved
yeah.
is going to be drained.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
In
begging.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I need that November 1st.
Right.
Or
Right.
shit, that
Like,
November
you be rocking
14th.
and stuff. Right.
Yeah, no,
So,
real.
so it's smarter for just for your habits and just saving money. 24 payments, get
Okay.
paid all year round, right? So if you're getting 12, instead of getting 12 in 6 months, you get 12 in 12 months,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Now, when you're in the summer, you can budget to what you're making.
Right. And actually,
So
not
you can be
dip
on a
into your
budget all.
nest egg.
You mean like if the kind of money these kids make.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Like I'll be telling them, I said,
What?
listen, like I said, here's money. I told
Yeah.
Elijah, I said, listen, all right, if you can pick between here and here, right? And I
Yeah,
said,
people were surprised
Huh?
that he went so quickly
Yeah.
to USC.
eh,
Okay, that's
it was,
maybe not.
it was,
Let us
no,
know.
I'll speak
you
on
know,
we,
share.
can, we can speak on it. No,
Okay.
we can speak on it. And I said, all right, look, this is how much you will make. Now I said, okay, $100 million contract is not $100 million.
At all.
You gotta
Right, go
take taxes
divide by
off.
half.
I
yeah.
said, so mentally be aggressive. Just a full 50%. Easy math. So out of the 50 million, you're only gonna make 50, right? Your tax people will figure out how to keep more for you, but just throw 50 out of the window, right? So now, if it's a 5-year deal, instead of making 20 million,
Right.
you're
That's
making
fine.
half.
Yeah.
Right now you got to think about expenses, houses,
Right.
this, that,
Right.
right? So I said, with you making this type of money, can you spend $20,000 a month? Just I give you 20 grand a month to fuck off. He's like, hell yeah, I can do that.
He's like, that's weird. I already have it. So,
So-
yeah, he's
so I
like, it's
said-
crazy.
If you stick to what you just said,
Okay.
$20,000 a month,
Okay.
you're fine with. Then you're gonna be wealthy.
Okay.
Because the money you're gonna make versus the
What
money you're spending
Spending. Yeah.
is pennies on a dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if you keep your appetite into this as much as possible,
Right.
are
right.
you just gonna spend only 20? Fuck no.
Right,
You're gonna be buying bags for just
TikTok
the,
shop.
yeah.
Off
Goddamn
top.
it.
Yeah,
Right,
burger
right,
bag
right.
here, there,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But the more you stay on $20,000, it banks you, and that's
Right,
all
right,
you're trying
right.
to do is bank as much as you can, right? You sacrifice as much as you can for later on.
Yeah.
And I said, that's all it is, right? Like the buying the jewelry, the cars, like before you know, you done spend $3 million trying to keep up with a whole bunch of players like for no reason.
Yeah.
So, so teaching them that part of the contract, and I had to understand that in my contract and how I did it. So
Yeah.
it was more just researching and reading and then presenting my contract, presidential suite.
For every hotel.
What?
Fuck it.
The fuck I want to
Gotcha.
I don't want to pay for the presidential. I don't want to pay for it. So basically, if a presidential suite is available, I want it.
Okay.
Or the best suite that they
Right.
have available.
In the
Got
house.
it.
The only
Right.
person who can trump me is the owner.
Right.
General manager? No.
Absolutely not.
And that was so I was just
Yeah.
adding these things into
And that saved you a ton of money, obviously. Then
that's
there.
all
You
I
don't have
thought
to
about.
upgrade and yeah.
Like I know I'm saving, the 16 million I gave back, but the season I gave back is
I
for this
got-
team.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this team right here is making me money.
Hello?
Mhm,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For them to feed me the ball, I gotta feed them too and help them feed their family.
Fair.
Right? So
That's
it all
fucking fair.
works. It all works
Together.
the same. So
Yeah. I've heard players say today that they aren't going to give up the max. Like they're like, well, no, that sounds like a them problem.
Yeah.
You know what I
it's
mean?
an
And that seems
interesting
very
thing.
like, well, damn, right? Like
It's
that's
not-
kind of fucked.
you're not giving. You can sign a max without signing a max.
Right.
Right,
Just all
it's-
the
Right?
extra
It's,
goodies.
it's the reason you're the max is because the other 14 players on your team.
Mhm.
Right? So imagine they can't afford you and a bunch of players that don't know you is coming into the team and now there's conflict. Your game starts to slide.
Right.
Now
Just off the
that's
top.
money
Yeah.
that you're losing. So
Yeah.
your teammates is very important to your success.
Mhm.
So you got to understand, you got to do it's a reward.
Yeah.
Right? The more like if you
gotta
shoot
feed
the
'em.
ball 30 some motherfucking times a game,
Right. Right. You better slide them a cool $500,000,
brother, you
goddamn
better
it.
lace
Said,
these
brother.
motherfuckers Rolex, hey,
Right.
man.
Something
Right,
in
like,
these guys. Everybody
that-
can
no,
choose.
for
You
real.
can choose.
Huh, your girl,
you can
like,
choose.
it's your anniversary.
Right.
Hey, man,
Right.
look, on me.
Yeah.
She want that new Birkin, right? Because I heard her, eyeing mine. Let's go get her
No,
Birkin.
yeah,
I'll
right.
pay for it.
Listen, get shorty
You
laid.
go home
Right.
with the Birkin.
Right.
She
right.
happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
You happy.
And then I'm happy.
Ching, ching, I'm happy. Right? And that's the sign of a real leader that
Yeah.
understands human behavior.
Yes.
Because trust me, the locker room and that family lounge, god
Yeah.
damn it, that can go south quick.
Real quick.
Very fast.
That shit happens in there, that affects us.
100%.
So if you can keep me shooting the balls and I'm giving y'all a little
Little something.
'cause
We all
you
gonna
already
win.
know how, the wives are like, damn, do they ever pass you the motherfucking ball? Ah, damn.
Absolutely.
You already know shit. We gotta eat over here too. Shit. They got to make back the purses and all of that.
Right, exactly. We all rolled up in a Jeep.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
motherfucking
nice.
Jeep. Your kids gotta eat too.
That's true.
It's the human behavior
That's
of
funny.
it. Like,
Yeah, that's funny.
we're human beings, and you have to really understand the elements of everybody.
Yeah.
You don't just know your teammates. You got to know their wives, their habits, how they think.
Yeah.
Also, because you gotta be able to see a fire coming and know how to.
Right. Help.
Douse that motherfucker fast.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what kind
You
of
know what I'm
parents?
saying?
We got JaVale McGee. His mama.
Yeah.
His mama's a basketball player. She's a
She's not
champion.
playing, yeah.
She's a gold medalist.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Right? So I know the pressure. Like, like you looking at her and, he make a pass and she's like, this motherfucker.
Well,
Right.
Cussing him out like,
God
hey,
damn
Mama
it, he
McGee don't
sucks.
fuck
Right.
around.
Right.
JaVale, hit it with the back door. Throw the lob. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta make mom
You looking
happy.
at mom. Mom, that was good,
Mom
right?
slapping me
That was
the fuck up. My knee ain't working like that no more. Shit, I can't run like I used to. Shit.
Do you, from your, and I know we got to wrap up soon, but from your observation of what's happening right now in the culture of today's NBA, do you think a lot of the guys understand that? I know that now, like, they're way more multiverse in terms of they're doing everything even while they're still playing, which was a lot. I think your era was probably already in that space, I'm assuming. So not fully
Not
though,
fully yet,
or
yeah.
whatever like that. Like there was a very big shift between you were playing and you were playing. You weren't doing all this other shit, right? And now they're, everybody got a production companies,
commercial,
podcast, all
and
kinds of
this.
shit going
Yeah,
on,
good
whatever.
Lord.
So from a financial standpoint, they have a lot of different areas and hoping that they understand financial literacy and maintaining, but also in the sense of needing to take care of the people around them. Do you find with your experience of watching them and all that they understand that dynamic?
So I think this generation is safer.
Okay.
Oh,
than-
like softer?
Safe.
Safe.
Okay.
Safer
But like
in a minute.
softer.
No. Think about my era,
Okay.
right? Big chains, Gotti chains.
Oh, Lord, the
right?
zoot suits.
The zoot suits,
Yeah,
the big
the
chains,
real-
going
yeah.
to the club, trying to spend 50, 60,000.
Right.
These kids don't have that habit,
Yeah, they're not interested.
right? Because the rappers today don't rap about that shit.
That's true.
Going to the clubs, buying the whole Dipset
Yeah,
chain
yeah.
hanging
Yeah, that's
here,
right.
going to the club, getting your head punched in for your motherfucking necklace. Now you,
Yeah.
So
That's right.
that doesn't happen today, right?
Okay.
Everybody got the little, like these, they got the little
Yeah.
joints, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
keep it in more classier. So they're safer on that sense, right? Now there's so much money where they got bodyguards, they're coming in with security, so they don't need to pack their own shit no more.
Right.
Knowing damn well we're not gonna use it, right? Like I don't know what the fuck we hold it for, because I'm not gonna shoot you, dog.
Right.
Back up.
Right.
Back
God damn it.
up. Go.
How do you hold
Right,
this?
in real life,
Yeah.
Like I ain't got no bullets in it, so you don't need to
Right.
run. Like so.
You don't need to run.
Right.
They're thinking more of how to make money outside of the 300 million that they're making.
Yeah. So
Right.
that part. I
Right?
didn't
It's
think
and,
of,
and-
yeah.
and it's always this: know what the stake is and what the sides are.
Okay.
The meal is your basketball game.
Right.
Everything else is sides.
Okay.
If you focus so much on the sides and fuck up this meat, the size is irrelevant too. Because the only reason you're gonna get some of these
Because
deals
you got this meat.
is because you
Yeah.
got the meat.
Yeah.
Right? Your name first from what you're doing here gets you into these doors. Right? So you really have to understand that concept is,
Right.
this is you're gonna need this from when you're done. Because trust me, when you're done, goddamn it, the meat is
Wrap.
gone.
Yeah,
Right,
it's a
You
wrap.
a vegetarian.
All boned out.
Yeah, you vegetarian like a
Great job,
motherfucker.
DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tofu at best. There ain't gonna be no real steak. I can tell you that for sure.
Impossible burger, nothing.
right.
Tofu.
Right.
So these guys, just as long as they're focusing on what's important first, There's so much money involved, even with the NIL and the college shit, and with Elijah picking his school quick.
I talked about that because we talked a little bit about there's like a Nike Adidas kind of and so giving our audience the understanding of like there are kind of two lanes, there's Nike schools and there's Adidas schools. And for a long time Lige was Adidas. I think naturally just through you. But USC is a Nike school. So it was interesting that he made that decision and I think everyone was like, well damn, that was a quick pivot.
Yeah, yeah, so
Did we just lose an eye?
yeah.
Hey, we'll wrap this up quick because I don't want to get. Do we have insurance? No.
So everything is going to be researched, right? You got we had Arizona coming in, Kentucky, USC.
Right.
The problem is, I can't say it's unfair, but it was just timing. He was a junior that's moving up.
Right. Yep.
The process of the moving up was what fucked a lot of the other teams.
Oh,
right? Because
Adidas or Nike.
Because the three schools that was actually talking to him while he was a junior, trying to keeping a relationship in.
Yeah.
They wasn't waiting for him to turn to a
senior.
So all these schools that's like, we're just gonna wait till you reclass and reclass and reclass and reclass. He done had a full relationship and talking to the person every day. Right? So once he did reclass, he already mentally made up his mind.
Got it.
He's not waiting for y'all now. He's not going to sit there and say, hey, coach, I know you talk to me every day. I call you fucking 3 a.m. You picking up. I'm going to give this other school a chance.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Got you.
Lige is going to be loyal to who's loyal to him.
100%.
So what ended up happening is, went to Arizona. Then he says, what do you think? Right, I'm gonna give him honest, right? I said, okay, these are the players. This is their schedule. This is their style, right? All right, here we go. Kentucky, this is the style. These are the players. This is the coach. Boom. Then USC, this is the style. This is the coach. Boom. Right, you weigh out those options. Then you see, what is your goal? Okay, your goal is what? 6 months and out? 1 year, 2 years, he was like, all right, if I want to be one and done.
Then
all right. So what is the probability of you can do that in these schools?
Yeah.
And it's just eliminating, right? Who do you feel comfortable with? I said, just imagine all of them are lying. Who do you think is lying the least?
The least. Yeah.
True.
Word.
No, for real.
Right?
Fair.
Who do you think is, and that's really how it was.
Yeah.
Right? So it wasn't something that happened quick. Like he mentally knew, right? He verbally already committed.
Yeah. So you can dip in and out, Nike, Adidas. Like, is that natural?
Okay, so,
like people feel like you gotta, when you're in a lane, you're in a lane. But that's not necessarily the case.
Listen, if you a motherfucking Bugatti, you pull your car up to any motherfucking port you want. Right? It's either Nike, Adidas, what's that? If they want you, they want you.
Right.
And that's just it. Like, I understand that Nike has their stuff, Adidas has their stuff, and this whole thing of USA basketball. If I go with Adidas, how am I gonna play USA basketball? If I'm with this, how am I gonna play McDonald's?
Yeah.
Man, fuck all that. Right? Y'all think too motherfucking much. That's,
that's a lot.
Put yourself in the best situation to be successful.
Okay.
McDonald's. Nike, Adidas, Nike, what they like success.
Right.
You put the ball in the basket, they want you on the goddamn team. And that's really it. Right? Because if you look at the Peterson kid, right? USA basketball.
Yeah.
Nike. Makes a McDonald's, Adidas. Goes to Adidas school. Right? Just focus on just developing your game. And that's all it is, right? And the negotiating the NIL deal is because, and I told Elijah, I said, look, you can get an agent negotiate for you. You're gonna have to give him money. I do the shit for free.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, like I
Right.
can't tell you which one is going to
do.
benefit the most. Right? I can't.
But at minimum,
Like,
you
I
ain't
never-
paying no
Right,
motherfucker.
like you could keep
You know,
10%.
it's either going to be 15% to him or zero, but you
Right.
did like all of this is math at this point.
Yeah, bro.
And I said, at this point, man, is you need to go in these meetings and you listen to them,
Mhm.
right? So, when we went to USC, he's talking to you. He's not talking. You don't got to sell me shit. Right, I'm just here. When it's over, he asks me a question, I can give it to him. So you ask the questions. Same thing with meeting with Adidas or Nike or dealing with the NIL stuff. Right, it's you sit, you listen, ask questions. Right, if I catch something, I'll let you know after.
Right. Yeah.
If you catch something, ask me after.
Mm-hmm.
Shake hands. How you doing? Be polite.
Right. Get in the car and be
You know
like,
what I mean?
so.
I say because when you're walking into these, you're a business now.
Oh, 100%.
You're not a kid.
Walking
I
business.
said, you're not a kid. And I said, hey, the most important thing, and this is not a jab, but the most important thing is when it comes to your brand,
Protect it.
everybody can't talk for you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not educated enough to talk for you. Everybody doesn't have the
That's what-
mental capacity to speak for you. So
Right.
if you have people that's speaking for you that don't know how to speak, they don't know how to hold their temper, it fucks you at the end of the day because they're attached to you. So you got to understand.
Does that include
Yes.
being at the game? Seriously, does that include being at the game? How parents are crazy. Like, I'm a yeller. You've sat next to me. Millie sat next to me, right? I'm talking all sorts of shit to the refs. You know what I mean? I'm not crazy a little bit, but I do feel like not to players or coaches, but definitely the refs. Refs can get it. Is that a bad thing? Like,
Yeah, okay, so it's a thin line, right?
whew,
And I say it's a thin line. There was a big argument.
I needed to know because I
no.
get-
It's a when it's going to college, the college coaches is looking at the player and the parents.
Yes.
Okay, so pipe down.
Right,
I
so they're
understand.
looking they're looking to
Got it.
see what type
Fair.
of problem are they gonna have.
Yep.
Right? Are they looking like if I'm looking at a parent and I want to see if I'm gonna have a problem? Like the parent yelling at the ref, cool. How many times is he yelling at the coach?
Coach. Yeah.
Like is he trying to coach from the crowd? Like so
Yeah.
those are the little things.
Okay, then I'm good. That was weird. Sorry, guys.
As a parent, I have this fight with. I was a fan before I was a parent. I was a fan of basketball first,
Got it. Okay.
right? So before I had this little motherfucker, I was cussing
Right.
everybody out for Kobe and Shaquille
I
O'Neal
see.
and Penny
Okay.
Hardaway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Right.
I'm a basketball fan first.
Okay.
So if I'm in a game and I'm yelling, for the most part, I'm just yelling just the game itself.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty quiet
Yeah,
at
so
the games.
like,
though.
and I purposely, because I
that.
know one, he's watching first,
he.
Elijah.
Okay.
And the one thing I don't want them to do is look for me for validation.
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
Don't look over here like,
Insert applause.
especially when he was little. The coach is crying at him. Nigga, don't look at me, shit.
Right.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you two motherfuckers right there. Your ass made the turnover. Don't look at me to save you, goddammit.
Figure
And
it
that's
out.
really, so
You know what's
you
important?
don't need to look at me. Like if you're looking at me for like information or I see something, hey, yo, spin on them more. Like
that
Joe's
kind of
little
stuff,
things, but
or-
missing make shots, that's what you do, right? You miss shots, you make
Big
shots.
shots. Yeah.
You make great passes, you do horrible passes, right? Play the game. Right? The being great is minimizing the misses and the mistakes,
Yeah.
right? Learn from the mistakes so you don't make them again.
Often. Yeah.
That's it. Other than me yelling at the shots you make and cheering for the shot. Yeah, this is a fucking basketball game, right? You're not gonna miss all of them
Right.
all the time. Like if you miss, you go take 20 shots and you miss all, that's a rarity.
Yeah.
You go 20 for 20. That's a rarity.
rarity.
You might do that twice in your whole career. So
Yeah.
don't even worry about it when you miss it. Don't even celebrate it when it happens. It's just one of those things. As long as you pay it long enough, you're gonna have a perfect game on a good end and on a bad end.
Right.
Right. So it's trying to teach them that don't just play.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in misses and makes and all
Yeah.
that. Just do what you do best.
Fair.
You know, so
Okay.
being a parent is
Yeah.
you have it's a fine
It's a
line.
super
Yeah.
fine line.
It's a fine line of what we're yelling at and what we're speaking on.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things as when they're moving up to those next levels, the people that need to be checked is us.
The parents.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Because we can ruin deals,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Even though, and I'll tell a coach, the fuck you worried about me for? Shit, I ain't in the locker room. I ain't gonna be there. The fuck,
Right.
I can say whatever the fuck I want to do.
Right, I don't care.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
That's not how it works.
I used to have to tell my brother that all the time. I'm like, bruh, like you matter in this equation. Like, come on, man.
Because they're attaching. When you're looking for attaching brands, right? You're looking for brand safe people, right? And if you have parents, you have to look at their behavior,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want to, like, if I got 2 kids, all right? One is a superstar. His parents is wild.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got this kid. He's under him in talent, quiet, working parents. In the long run, I might do better with him. I know he probably would never get in trouble. They won't get in trouble. So them getting in trouble, his name will never be in it. It wasn't. I might make quick money with him,
Right.
but that parent can be arrested. That parent can say something. It'll fuck up his brand. So you really have to. And I tell him, I said, listen, your success is going to depend on the people who are speaking for you.
Yeah.
Do you speak for him?
Sometimes.
Does he speak for himself?
Sometimes. He's starting to.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's learning
Yeah,
now.
he's starting to. Like, every time someone talks to me, I always say, I'll ask them.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Right? So Adidas like, hey, we're trying to have a meeting with you. Are you
Yeah.
going to be an all-star? I'm going to be an all-star.
Right.
Elijah has playoffs. So when I get back in town,
We'll talk to him.
I'll talk to him and
That's
find
dope.
out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they know who's in charge. So if something if we're not going to go with you, he's making the decision.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
So I let them, like, I'm with Adidas, right? So damn well hey, so what's up with Elijah?
Yeah. Right, real quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I could-
I don't know. That's crazy.
I'll
Yeah.
hit him up, see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want them to know who's in charge here. So when we relay message, it's coming from him.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is sometimes we'll say something that's coming from us,
Oh,
and
easy.
it's fucking him up.
Yeah. Because we talked a little bit about that. I mean, people, kids are having to take, retire their parents. I think, who was it? Not Asia Wilson.
Oh.
Reese.
Angel Reese.
Come on.
Angel Reese.
Come on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Angel Reese.
What if I
yeah,
just did
yeah,
this?
yeah.
I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to do it. No, Angel Reese. She just,
Mhm.
Yeah.
she just retired her mom, right? And you took care of your dad.
Mhm.
And, Elijah, when kids come into this money, the first thing they want to do, right?
Mhm.
Retire you, buy a car, buy a house,
They've
buy
been been brainwashed to take care of it.
It's
Yeah.
their
right.
responsibility.
And they don't realize that, they're retiring, and great. They're retiring these, their parents. Their parents are what, mid-50s at best?
Mhm.
I'm like, you got to take care of them for the next 30 plus years, right? Plus that, your parent you have other brothers and sisters. So the math isn't mathing. The math
And-
never maths,
You know why the
accurately.
math don't math? Is because the parents are deciding that they need to live like the athlete, but the
1000%.
athlete yet doesn't even know the appetite.
1000%.
So what ends up happening is, just to lay it out, right? Okay, a kid enters the draft after March Madness, right? March.
Right.
Okay.
He decides to
Right.
declare for the draft.
Mhm.
He gets an agent.
Okay.
Depending on how good he is, depending on how much upfront money the agent's gonna give
Yeah.
him. Right. So today, the first pick is gonna make about 55 million. Right. So somebody like a Wimby or the who's coming out, Cooper Flag,
Oh, yeah.
whoever his agent is, you don't have
Off top.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's whatever you want. Well, you got to be careful with that, no matter what, because what happens is this: you enter the draft and, you put your name in, you get an agent. Let's say March, April, right? You start taking out loans in April. The first person that wants something is usually your mom or your pops,
Yeah.
right? Usually mom, right? You want to buy her house. Right now, you got to buy her house, right? Not buy off the house that she's in.
No,
You gotta buy a whole
right.
motherfucking new house, right?
Yeah, that's
Right,
the whole
that
thing.
part.
Right, so you gotta
All of a
buy
sudden
this-
you need more house
Buy
rooms
this.
and shit. Like,
Hopefully she's sensible. Came from the South, so you know, like 1 million is like gazillion to her.
Right,
so you
right.
know,
You're like,
3, 4, 500,000. Right,
Yeah.
you buy that now. That depending on the size of the house, you got to furnish it. Right? So now that's another 300,000, 400,000. Now you got to buy the cars. Right? Cool. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you think that's it? No, she don't have a job no more.
correct. Every
That
time.
doesn't calculate. Now they're gonna need an allowance to
Every month.
survive.
Yep.
Right?
Utilities, all that.
You haven't bought shit for yourself yet.
Yeah.
Right? So because you're not in the city, houses are not that. So now you're buying a bunch of whole funky cars. You're buying some jewelry, some new clothes. You're spending some money, right? So you could easily blow through $400,000-$500,000. Today's kids can go through a couple million before they get drafted.
Yeah.
Now you pick the team you want, right? Oh, so now that's in July or the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get your first check to November 14th.
Right. July, August, September, October. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Now these months keep
So
coming.
think about how much money you spent,
Yeah. it
right?
makes me
Depending on
mad.
how big your family and friends are, you could have blown through some real bread.
Yeah.
That first check, most of it goes to your agent.
Right.
What happens is you might get lopsided, spent so much money because you still got to live.
Yeah.
Right, let's say you spend half your money. You still got to live, right?
Right,
So you're
right.
spending. By the time you get to February again, you spent all that check.
Mm-hmm. That whole
Now
damn
you're spending
thing.
money on next year's money.
Right. Asking for advances and shit. And yeah.
So
yeah.
you sit here
Right,
waiting
crackhead,
for the
you
next
know,
contract.
yeah.
And,
Right.
and the problem is you're living an NBA life and your parent is living an NBA life.
Right. Same lifestyle.
So you're living the same exact lifestyle. So now the money is spent
Twice.
twice.
On
Yeah.
one paycheck. Yeah.
Right. Don't have brothers and sisters. Now they
Yeah.
need to go to school. Now they need a car.
All
you
the
know,
things.
Yeah.
You can't.
Fuck.
And I always tell athletes, I say, look, I know you want to take care of your parents,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's either this, they stay how they're living and you give them an allowance,
Right. Right. And
Right?
then they can, yeah, go on a trip or two.
if they have jobs, they keep the jobs and you upgrade their living style.
Situation.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like if house is 200,000, right? And you want to upgrade the motherfucker. If they want to stay right there and you want to upgrade,
Remodel.
put
Yeah.
300,000 back
garage.
into
Yeah,
it, make that
exactly.
shit look like it's
Right. Amazing. Yeah.
cool, right? And you can give them a little money here and there. But
Yeah.
when you are taking care of them, the problem becomes they depend on you, then you become the parent. Then you're going to tell them, shut the
Now
fuck
we got
up.
a whole
Now you
different
don't
ballgame.
respect them anymore.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get a girlfriend. Now you want to impress her.
Yeah.
Right now, if you got a mother that wants to be impressed
Oh,
and a
baby.
girlfriend,
Oh,
these two
baby.
are at it. Because
Oh,
your
baby.
Birkin bag that you just bought her that needs to be her Birkin bag, vice versa. So
Yep.
that's going to be a whole nother problem.
Yep.
Front row for your mama. I don't need front row. I'm the one that,
Correct.
that's, you know what I mean? You've been there. We done seen this shit happen before, right? Because the
That's why she laughing
girlfriend
so
needs to
hard.
be better than the mama, and the
Period.
mama ain't playing that shit. So
At all.
that's a whole nother situation that
Classic.
happens, and he's stuck in the middle,
Yep.
trying to figure out. And at the end of the day, both of y'all
Right.
became liabilities
Yeah. Yeah.
that eventually gets cut.
Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but when you put the money over your child,
Right.
remember, he's in a locker room with other players that's going through the same shit. And they sitting here talking about how bad their life is. And then there's a veteran in there that's, hey,
That's
man,
like, woo, that's crazy,
hey,
y'all.
man, cut them broke-ass motherfuckers
Right,
off, man.
out, yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
what the fuck your parents gonna tell to you? You make the money, you the boss now.
Yeah.
Cut them the fuck off.
Right.
And then eventually they get enough balls.
Yeah.
And they do.
Yeah,
Cut,
got
cut,
to go.
cut.
Yep.
And you got to downgrade, and now they taking houses back from you, taking this shit back and
Right.
doing all of this. It's because there's an end.
Yeah.
There's an end result.
Right. To it all the
And
time.
the fact that none of you guys are preparing for it is the problem.
Yeah.
Like I told Elijah, I said, hey, man, listen, I ain't going to... Brother, I'm just going to say, the way your circumstances are looking right now, brother, You look homeless. All right, you just look like a future homeless because right now, I said right now, your side deal is 50-50 partners. Right? Whoa, right? Woo, right. I said a marketing agent only charge 15, so you being upcharged.
Right.
35%. 35%. So, and then you're going to get an agent. So you got 50% going to this person, 4% going to your agent. Then the government taking half.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, you should start figuring out what bridge you're going to live under because this is crazy. Right?
A struggle.
Right. So I had
Off top.
to do it in dollar form.
Right. You're like, let me show you. Right.
His
You got
his
$100.
change.
Yeah.
50 goes to your partner. Right? Right? Yeah, that first, and then 4% goes to this agent, right? This is what you're left with.
Right.
Now, Uncle
No,
Sam going to take half.
Exactly. No, it's not over.
I said, hey, if you get married, no prenup, she get half. This is what you get, brother.
7 cents, my nigga. 7 cents. He's like, what?
I said, what the fuck am I playing basketball for?
Right. Great question. Right.
I said,
the love of the game.
for a couple, for a couple Bentleys here and there.
Get your social media up, nigga. Goddamn it.
And I said, that's really,
it's
I
real.
said, really the NBA. And I said, I'm being funny with it.
Yeah.
Because there's a
And I
humor,
said,
but for real.
And I said, I'm telling you, this still might, you heard it out of my mouth, this still might be your life.
Right.
For sure. 15 players in the locker room, 4 players, identical life.
Yeah.
Right? I say, your friends is your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents is your parents.
Right. And she say that.
They're
Right.
not business partners.
Right.
They not, you don't open up no club, put it in their name.
right.
They're not your financial.
Yeah. No one's
Cut
entitled to
that
that.
shit out.
Yeah.
Hire people
Right. Real legitimate people.
that do this for a living.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Real for real.
Right. That part.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to hire one of your cousins to be
Yeah.
your marketing people because you want. If he ain't
He trying to
he ain't
help
go to
you.
school for marketing, motherfucker.
Don't do
No,
it. Right.
that motherfucker
Don't
on
do it.
Instagram just like you.
Right.
You ain't getting no deals. God damn it, shit.
But for real.
And I said,
though.
and that's
shit.
treat it like
That's
a
funny.
business,
Yeah.
right? Fine if you're gonna put your family on. Find things that they do.
Yeah. Don't create. Don't try to all
don't
of a
put them
sudden.
in. I know they be like, oh man, I got this idea.
Right.
We can build
Yeah.
this. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's not what they do.
Yeah.
They answer the phone good because every time you call, they pick up their phone.
They answer the phone.
Assistant. Assistant, and this is an assistant pay 110, 200.
Right. Exactly. You're like, that's it.
That's
A
it.
year.
And make sure they don't have none of your finances reports. And I said,
part.
your agent don't know your financial person. Your financial person don't know your manager. Your manager don't know the
There's no like one.
There's
under
no
one roof.
one person
Yeah.
under nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody's separate,
Yeah.
right? So if there's checks and balances.
Right. That way he can't call and be like, no, he said and did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anybody need money, talk to my financial person to
Yeah.
make sure I can afford it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Family,
I said
todo,
first,
everybody.
yeah,
Yeah, all the
everybody.
people.
Everybody.
Every single
I know
person.
Because I
that
said-
place that'll set up
because I
like
said-
that. Like,
Yeah. Right.
We're naturally not going to say no,
of course not.
right? So
Yeah.
because we're not going to say no, the word yes becomes too powerful. Because the day we say no, we are the enemy.
1,000%.
We're the enemy.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
damn, I just bought you a house.
Right.
I said no to the
Goddamn.
rent. You telling me fuck me? I said
Yeah, I ain't shit. Right. I hope
Damn.
you break off.
What are we
Right.
Really doing
Hope
here.
I
you
said
break your
so.
other knee. Like, sheesh.
just be like, yo, let me talk to my financial person. Here's a number, right? And then
Yeah.
whatever you tell them, let them relay it.
Yeah.
And how they don't,
yeah.
you know, right now he's tied up in a couple of whatever
Yeah.
the fuck
Yeah,
they got.
they
They get
find
paid
it.
to be the
To
bad
say
guy.
that, yeah,
They
to
find
say
it,
that.
yeah, they
I'm
Yeah.
like, yo,
say-
I told the motherfucker, yeah, watch. Then I tell your motherfucking ass, yeah, give my goddamn mama the money. Click.
Yeah.
Told you.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
no.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Period.
That's
Point blank.
funny.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's good. Well, we want to say thank you for being here.
I have one last
This has
question,
been
I
awesome.
promise.
Okay.
Okay. Who would you in today's game?
Oh,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah,
going one-on-one. Because I know, poor baby, we spoke so much about the kids, but we didn't connect with you. But who would you go one-on-one today? Who are you beating? Easy.
Beating easy?
Beating easy. Like, but don't give me no
Yeah, you
like
know
bench
he
player.
gonna be like anybody.
Yeah, but nah. Like you going one-on-one with Steph and you killing him? You know what I mean? Like, what do we?
Oh, I got to play defense too.
Yeah, first like 21. You know what I mean? Yeah, here we go.
Like the girls are doing it Unrivaled.
Oh yeah.
The one-on-ones.
You know,
Yeah, that
to be honest, one-on-one is very, very different than how they look in a game.
Yes.
Okay, true. Yeah, because you have other components. Yeah.
So
One-on-one.
somebody can be very amazing 5-on-5 and horrible one-on-one.
Okay.
Because they just don't have the
bag.
fast first step or the bag to get
Stewie
up.
just got shut out
Yeah,
yesterday.
right?
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah, for real.
And that's the thing. The MVP scores 0. Yeah, because
Yeah.
basketball don't take place. It's just you by yourself, goddammit. So
Yeah.
Right?
it all depends who gets the ball first.
Oh Lord, have
no,
mercy, sir.
that does depend. Right?
All right, top 3. Give me 3.
Like if I want to play a game and I want like, yo, let's see who's gonna bump.
Yeah.
I want to go like I'll say I want Shea part of it.
Oh, okay.
I
Good.
want Kyrie in that,
Ooh.
Oh.
Luka in that.
Ooh, okay. I'm not mad at that. Lucas, he's fluffy. God.
Who else? Shea, Luka, Kyrie.
You're talking today, G. You're not
Today.
talking like, you know what I mean, prime time, 10.
Me, right? Who the fuck I'm gonna beat today?
Yeah.
Today?
Today.
Oh,
Today.
I'll take Bryce James, maybe. No,
Okay.
no, I'm trying to think. Wait, no. He look like he can jump and move.
I'll go with Prime U.
No,
super
I'm just saying, like,
value,
wait,
yeah.
somebody in the NBA today? You better go high school, goddamn it.
Exactly. Let's take Prime Gil.
Are you
Prime
you
Gil.
beating Elijah? Today.
Oh, are you today beating
Yeah,
Elijah?
Elijah.
Referee, or I get to call my own calls.
Oh, Lord.
Lord.
Sir. With the referee.
Oh, no, I'm not beating him.
Okay.
I'm not beating no high level high school kid today. If I get to call my own calls, if I miss, it's
Absolutely.
a foul.
Did you fuck him up?
Every miss is a foul.
If I miss, it's a foul.
All right, so Prime G is taking on Shea, Luka, Kyrie.
Kyrie, I'll throw a younger Dame in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to go.
See what's up?
Yeah, okay, Dame.
Yeah, because those are one-on-one players,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? Like Ja gets tricky, right? Ja gets tricky.
He's talking about athletic. His bounces.
Yeah, that's what I said. He gets tricky.
Yeah,
he gets
yeah.
tricky with it because he needs to boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Right. So
Just want him to. He gotta.
like going one-on-one without a dribble first could be difficult for him.
Oh, because he needs the stats.
needs
Because
that.
he needs
Yeah.
his.
He needs like the
Yeah,
wind up. Yeah.
You know, so like there's some like Bones Highland, like guys like that. You be like, oh, in the one-on-one, he could be
Yeah, he
dangerous.
could.
Yeah. Shout out to Clipper
Okay.
legend.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Tyler.
talked, and lastly, we talked your shot, right? The one shot you shot without looking.
Mhm.
You turned around and hit everybody with the, you know. But you just mentioned something that I didn't realize. That a lot of players today do that, right? Steph is good for that, for shooting and
Oh,
kind of
uh-huh.
already turning back.
Yeah, and celebrating.
But that was, G was like, no, they didn't do it on a winning
Oh, the
shot.
game.
though.
You know, that was
Game-winning
game-winning
shot.
shot
That's fair.
Yeah.
on Martin Luther King Day.
Hello. Photo people.
Ow.
Come
I
on.
just for the people.
And I don't-
With the people.
I don't wanna-
Come on,
I
community.
don't want to throw
All
no
right.
salt this way. I don't want to throw no salt this way.
Yeah, she,
First of all,
she got one
just
toe in
because
it.
I am light bright does not mean.
No, I know what I'm saying is I don't like you bring like when your husband see this, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I see what's happening here.
Because
You
I mean,
comparing it.
because he was on the team,
He wa-
right? He was like he just missed the highlight reel. He just subbed out, like he just got out the game.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
okay.
like he was getting the
about
whole
to be
He was
the
gonna
one.
get
like
you.
he was getting the
You
wind
know?
up. He's the like I know they had to have a conversation in locker room. Like, hey, come on, Derek, you should have stayed for that last possession because
He was
those
like-
last like 8-9 points, Derek got those.
Yeah.
And then
fair.
and then
My
what's the
mans
name
was like,
came in.
yeah.
Derek was like, I see where this is going.
Right. You know
Not
what?
gonna get me.
Yeah, exactly.
Not gonna get
I'm
me,
gonna
guys.
have
It was-
to exit stage left.
You know, it's one of those things where it was my game,
Yeah.
right? It was the perfect game because what was happening was it was what you would come to see when you say I'm coming to see these two players play.
It was a battle. He was go.
Like how an ending happens. Like I hit a 3, Okafor hit a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I hit a 3, Okafor hit a three. We missed a shot. Okafor hit a three. I come down, get fouled, taking 3 shots. I get 3 free throws.
Yeah.
He come down, right? Miss. I come down, hit a shot.
Yeah.
He come down, ties the shot.
So it was just bad. Like
Then I come down
yeah.
and it was just one of those
best.
things where everybody's like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the
Oh,
best.
yeah.
it was
That's
like
dope.
one of
It is
those,
the best.
like,
Yeah.
no matter what team won, if you was a fan, you're like, this was a great ass ending.
1,000%. Those
Yeah.
are
It was
games
one
that
of
we
those games.
live for as
It
fans.
just
Yeah.
happened. It was just, be honest, I had the ball.
Yeah.
If Jazz would have had the ball, Okafor was probably hitting that shot.
I got you.
Yeah. We don't get that many games like that at all. You know, I don't
do,
know that
but
we,
it's
like, get back
it's
and,
you know
it's not
kind of
as
part.
like
And I hope that they are learning, especially with the younger teams, because the younger teams we're going back to a culture of these players aren't friends, and they cool. Don't get me wrong, but they're not in that same, like LeBron in them era became like
Friends.
Oh my
friends,
gosh.
right? And so they were competing against each other, obviously, but they were friends. But hearing Cade and what's the kid in Houston? Kind of having their,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and
That
be on
started
some
from
like,
high-
nah, because he got picked over me, and I
Yeah.
need motherfuckers to know that they made a mistake.
You-
Like
You need a rival. You need a rival,
I can't
and you
stand the
need,
game.
when you say friends, you need real friends, because what happens in locker rooms is everybody gets complacent with where they are,
Okay.
right? And if you're complacent with where you are, who the fuck is pushing y'all to get better? I need you to want to take my spot.
Right.
Like,
I
you
need
my
to
friend, right?
challenge me.
Then
Yeah.
you need to fucking challenge me to take my spot. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like I need to feel like you want it
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me to want it more.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't feel that, like, I need the team like, hey man, like, hey, I'm going home.
Yeah.
You get drunk if you want to, goddamn, you got to
Right.
deal with me in the morning.
Right.
Like, oh shit, I ain't feel like dealing with this bullshit.
Right.
I'm-
Let me take my
we're
ass
going
Hey,
home.
hold,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
hey, hold the
yeah.
cab for me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You guys back in the day, like you guys didn't like necessarily celebrate each other like they do today. Like I feel like a lot of
In
kids
terms of-
see that. Like so in terms of like you weren't necessarily like going to dinner with the guy you just played against. You weren't necessarily
we
like
did.
you?
I
did.
think we romanticized that era.
We
like,
did.
they
But
was
y'all
all
like
still
y'all weren't
friends.
like thugs out, like you know what I mean, like on some like not because I feel like we oftentimes tell the boys like yeah it's cool to be friends, but like you also like want to bang on that nigga though when you're playing, like you know what I mean, like
That's rare.
really.
It's rare.
So I was just
like when
it
I
was
went
just
to
a fantasy.
Yeah,
back
yes,
then?
it's
We
that's
romanticize
all of
that
it
era.
because it's
We
social.
really do.
You know what it is? It's because
Social media.
in the summer
Yeah.
we didn't see each other for the most part. Unless we like trained or on vacation. But for
Okay.
the most part, the only reason you've seen another NBA player is because the wives or the girlfriends
Yeah.
clicked.
Yeah, got together.
And then
yeah.
like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward ass shit. You know what I mean? It's one of those. But
Yeah.
for the most part, like during city to city, yeah, like when we went to Cleveland, we're at Bron's house gambling during the playoffs. Right? You know, Larry Hughes is there. Like, right? So
Yeah,
we
it
did
was
do
there?
that. Right?
Okay.
We're in the club, like, yo, you going to the club night? Yo, get me a table next
Yeah.
to you. Like,
Yeah.
we did.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it wasn't
Ours
like
is
on
more
TV
in
on
clubs.
televised.
Well, we didn't have social media, too.
yeah, but you do see like Braun and Steph like kikiing and like even before the
Yeah.
game, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That wasn't
It
always
is
been
so
a thing.
weird to me. I like the competitive spirit that we're seeing with the younger boys in the sense of they're like respect, and I'm happy homeboy
Yeah,
made it
yeah,
to where
right.
he is, but I
But
need y'all to know I'm
also-
a dog him out every time,
Yeah.
right? Like I think that energy is a little bit different, but I don't like the idea around how like they supposed to like hate each other when they walking around on a Tuesday. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro, like.
Like,
Right, like we can't be human.
All these
no.
black men don't work their asses off to get to this
Yeah.
place. Like, what the fuck?
the
they need to be
worst thing
enemies
is
for?
the smile. Hey, friend. And then,
And then-
I look at the box score, you got 70. Like,
Right.
hold on,
Right.
dog. Shit, I thought we was
Time out,
friends.
Yeah,
time
you got
the
me
fuck
fucked
out.
up.
But we never see
Some
that. We
bullshit.
never
Yeah.
see someone just taking it easy. Like, it's
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the perception is. Like, if
It,
you
oh, it
gonna-
is. We did a thing, but that's
we
because
do
media.
that.
We can go on a whole tangent on that, but that's because the talking heads have created a whole narrative around the
in the
sport
same.
that is.
This is
Yeah,
the
sure
same motherfuckers who's creating the narratives. It's like, yo, didn't you follow
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan everywhere. Weren't you
Like,
clubbing with Michael Jordan
hello?
everywhere? What didn't he take you out to the bar getting you drunk?
Right,
With
the first
like,
person,
weren't
yeah.
y'all
About?
golfing 18 holes
Right.
the day before the game? Like what
Right,
the
right.
What are we
what
talking
narrative?
about?
What the fuck are y'all talking
Exactly.
about?
Right, and
Like,
now you mad that LeBron dapping up Steph?
It's just-
Yeah,
it just
like,
be
it's fair.
weird.
Ridiculous. It's very
fair.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
And I feel like basketball is the only sport that we see it at the highest level of that with especially with older players. Like in NFL, their players that come back and commentate and talk about it, they just actually love the sport. And a lot of time they actually love the young players that are coming
Yeah,
through the
they don't
sport.
really like.
So there's
just
a
be
different kind of
shitting on
energy.
them like the
Yeah,
NBA
like come on,
does.
bro.
Let
Like
it go, Charles. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
like if I'm gonna talk shit, I'm gonna be fair,
right.
right? It might be for this game or this week,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Sure.
But I'm gonna be like, oh no, I like that motherfucker. Now let me buy his jersey, right? Like, you know what I mean? It's-
Yeah.
And that's
cool.
what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna just automatically keep hating you. Like I
And that's
don't
it.
like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And then you score 40 tomorrow. Nah, that it wasn't 45, and then you score 40. Wasn't 50. Like I'm not. You look stupid doing
Like,
that
what are we
shit, right?
doing?
Like,
Yeah.
you gotta
Right,
give the
every
credit. Like,
time.
all right, okay,
Yeah.
okay. He made me look stupid, right?
Yeah.
It's just one of those. Like you have to be fair across the board.
Yeah. And adapt to where we are. Okay, so one thing we like to do before we wrap up is we like for our guests to state their claim. We want to know who your favorite in the various sports are, if you have any teams that you follow, players are. So NBA, do you have a favorite NBA like team?
Lakers.
And, Lakers.
So my favorite team is Lakers.
Today,
Yeah.
your
today's
favorite-
Lakers?
Lakers.
Lakers, period.
Lakers.
He's like,
Lakers.
Lakers are
Right,
my
you got
team.
right.
Yeah.
They're all generations
Outside of
back.
Lakers, do you have any teams that you really enjoyed, like kind of keep an eye on and watching? Current right now?
In the NBA? No.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough.
Like I'll watch the Wizards because I played there with this Lakers,
Sure.
right?
Right. Lakers, and it is what it is. Okay, NFL. Do you have a favorite NFL team?
Oh, I'm a Rams fan. Since this, yeah,
Okay.
go blue and yellow.
Okay. Okay.
Since they
Not to
came
think
back to
about,
LA,
right,
is
not
that
to
what?
think
Are you
about.
been it all the way through?
Oh no, I a couple beginning of football
just got
season.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we had to
Like-
pick teams, and I was like, oh shit, what team can I be? What can I be a
Okay.
diehard fan of?
Yeah.
And
then-
it was the Rams?
Yeah,
Okay.
hometown.
Yeah,
They got the
fair.
facility right down the street. You know what I mean? Like I might
Okay.
see some of them players, right?
We talk about picking teams all the
Yeah,
time.
and
And I
home
go with
team
colors. Sometimes I'll be like, they have really cute colors, so I'm going to just root for them.
Home team is
Like,
the easiest way to pick a team.
Well,
fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
so them,
Gilbert's from LA,
Redskins, and Bucks. Redskins
Because
is
you
opposite.
played in, yeah.
Oh,
So I
okay.
got
I was
those
like,
jerseys.
wait.
I got
Why Bucks?
because I'm from Tampa, Florida. Never watched a football game there.
From Tampa?
Yeah.
I just said you're from LA. Get your shit together.
No, I'm from
When
Tampa.
did you come here then? Because
When
then
did
you
you come
gotta
to
have
LA?
Like 7'10".
Okay.
I'm from LA. Yeah, I'm from LA.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
But I was born
Okay,
there. But,
okay,
you know,
okay. I was like,
so I got that just because
shit.
of the roots. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I'm not watching the game.
I mean, they're pretty good, but fair enough.
If they winning, then you know, I'm a
Yeah.
bandwagon.
Right, then you're. Are you?
Jump on the
don't-
ba-
are you bandwagon?
Oh, let's go.
You're like, look at us arriving.
That's
Switching
fair.
jerseys and shit.
What
Pulls
about
them off.
MLB? Do you baseball?
Oh, MLB's baseball.
Oh, MLB
Is baseball. Now you know he doesn't baseball.
So, no.
Yeah,
Dodgers?
I'll take the
The
Otani.
Dodgers just won the World
Ohtani,
Series.
I take Ohtani.
Okay,
Okay.
fair. Okay.
I don't know about the rest of the team. I know him.
So USC college wise is that still no none of it.
Wildcats, Arizona.
Oh,
Trojan.
well, obviously he went there.
You went to
Yeah, but now you
Bear
have
down.
to bandwagon jump into the Trojans. So, yeah, what is it? How do they do it?
for Arizona.
Thursday?
Yeah, fight on.
Fight on, Trojans.
Yeah,
Sure.
Wildcats, Arizona.
Sure.
That's not my
I
alma
think
mater. That's going to be his alma mater.
That's fair.
I like
Do
it.
you WNBA?
Yeah.
Do you have
Have
a team that you follow?
Sparks.
Yeah, you do. LA in this
Yeah.
Okay,
motherfucker.
all right, sir. Right. God damn it.
I went to one. I went to one game. Went to one game. Yeah. Went to Lexi Brown.
sorry.
Yeah. Lexi Brown, favorite player.
Salute to Lexi.
Let's just say if she leaves them, you know, I'm going
Then you're-
wherever she
where
goes.
she's going?
Yeah.
Ay.
I think I don't. Is she with us?
No.
Is she? I was like, she left.
No,
Yeah. Lexi left.
I don't
no,
think-
she got a 2-year deal.
No.
I'll check. For real?
Yeah. So wherever she's at, go Lexi Brown. Woo! Hey,
I didn't get
God
the
damn it.
I didn't get that memo.
Oh, well, come on, Lexi.
Their trade season been nuts
Nuts.
right
I'm
now.
just saying,
Yeah,
it's
trade
WNBA. Ain't
deadline.
nobody.
Okay.
It's basketball season, Super
Get
Bowl.
out.
Like, I'm just thinking, think about
We have to
everything.
end it.
We were doing so
good.
good.
No, I'm just saying, with all the things that's going on, it can get lost. Kanye going crazy, you know, not like us. You know, you got this how you wiggle out of shit. Right? This,
Yeah,
Kanye
right.
going
They go
crazy,
crazy.
not
It
like
took
us.
a
Super
spin,
Bowl,
not
you know,
like
too much
us.
all that
image,
shit, you know,
all the
So all the
things.
things
Okay.
happening.
Fair enough.
Too much to
Probably
pay
lost
attention
it, you
to.
know. You know, I don't got to be.
Okay.
I don't know where the news could be at.
We don't.
Okay.
His views do not reflect the views of
Right,
sports.
No, but look, it's in a great place.
It is in a
The
wonderful
WNBA?
place.
It's in a great place.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. I'm very excited.
I'm glad that they adjusted. I didn't think they were going to adjust this fast.
Okay.
Because
Like to the times, like is Amy?
to just everything. We're you know, it looked like they wasn't going to this new crop, right? You got the head.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like back when, you know, you got Jordan, Dream,
Yeah.
Barkley, right?
Yeah.
You have Kaylin, Reese, right? And then you have
No, they turned it around.
Rakia, Jackson.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You got Stanford,
Juju's coming in. Got Asia.
Cam.
Cam,
Yep.
right? Well,
She's a spark.
yes. So what happened was, and I don't think anybody paid attention, but I'm glad they adapted. What happened is you had a group of girls that came in,
Killed it.
and because they were famous already in college, famous in college, right? If you
Yeah,
looked at
big
their
deal.
if you
Famous,
looked
yeah,
at
yeah.
their IG, you would have thought that they were WNBA players from
Correct.
the IG. So their social media. So when they
Correct.
came over,
We all came with them.
they're coming with their own
basis.
style.
Yeah.
So they're not adapting the WNBA style, right? So Angel Reese is coming in. No, this is
This
Yeah,
is
so
what I'm
this
doing.
is what I do.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
what I
yeah.
wear.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is so
I'm
I'm
going to
over
the
here
Met
sexy.
Gala,
So
don't play
now
with it.
you got people like, oh, they're sex symbols too.
Fucking with it.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it grabbed everybody at the same time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they adapted fast enough.
Yeah.
Because you thought I thought it was going to be a bump in the road. Then it was like, oh, we're going to do private flights. We're going to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
That's
So I'm
real.
like, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, here we
doing
go.
their thing.
Here we
Cool,
go.
cool. They-
And I like
yeah.
what Unrival's doing. Like I like that's pretty cool.
Unrivaled,
It's a
yeah.
very cool concept,
everything
and it's keeping them on our minds. It's actually really good.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's keeping them here because they used to have to
yeah.
go overseas to make money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
that,
gotta,
like, that's why I said it was
survive.
one of those
Yeah.
things where
Yeah.
it's like all year round we can hear about them now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of content.
And obviously the college girls are still
And then-
Paige
and then
Juju
Paige,
and all
Juju.
them.
Yeah,
And
so
they
they'll
gonna
be
keep it
right
moving.
there.
They
Yeah,
gonna keep the
they're
door
gonna keep it
open,
going.
right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I said, I hope you guys franchises understand that you might go back into big buildings again. Because they downsized to
They
5K.
did. Yeah.
And now you already see like, oh shit, that's too big. I mean, too
yeah,
small.
Too small. Yeah.
When
They're
Juju
outgrowing
gets
it.
here and
Oh, it's really about to go.
Oh, you got
nuts.
to. Yeah. Yeah,
it's
that's
really
true.
about to go
Yeah,
nuts.
Yeah, the next
exciting.
like a couple of years.
Look at you.
listen,
bounced back.
I was always saying like, y'all are not marketing this
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
I know.
I remember I was talking to Ty Young, and I said, how come y'all don't go after women products? And she was like, what do you mean? I said, I think because you guys are hoopers, right?
Yeah.
Basketball players, gender hoopers, right? Same dap, same,
Right.
it's the same shit. Like, if you see WNBA female, what,
Right.
what
Right.
a dog, it's the same,
Period.
it's a
Yeah.
hooper thing.
Yeah.
And I said, how come when outside of basketball, why don't y'all go for female products?
Like more feminine.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
like
it's
lipstick, lip
yeah.
gloss, eyelash,
Yeah.
weave, like
Yeah.
sports bras. Why not?
Yeah.
Why are y'all going after Nike, Gatorade? What the fuck them?
Yeah.
I said they just paid a girl from Calabasas billions of dollars by the name of Kylie Jenner for wearing gloss
Right. Gloss.
sportswear. She ain't ran a sport in her life.
Right.
Whatever gloss.
Yeah.
So I said
Right,
that you're wearing
right.
the sports, like you wear
Yeah.
this and you go out there and you play a 40-minute game and it didn't
Yeah.
wear off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Hello?
sells to all soccer. That's how you do that. And I was like,
Yeah.
Lululemon tights, like
All of
Yeah,
fuck
do it
Nike
all.
or the
Yeah.
Lululemon.
I know.
And I was like, Victoria's Secret, like, come on, what are y'all
Get
talking
in,
on.
get in.
Right.
Yeah, and the
Like
young
you,
girls
you,
definitely
you
tap
are.
in.
I said,
Young girls were like, we got
you
it.
are on TV
Yeah.
all the time,
time.
so you can push your product
All the time.
for free
Yeah.
on TV versus them paying ad revenue. All you have to do is wipe your sweat off the Victoria's Secret line.
Right there.
Uh-huh.
Done. Yeah. For real.
Right,
That's
so
fair.
think about it. If you were marketing and I'm lacing you down, and all you do is wipe your sweat off, and it shows Victoria's Secret while the camera's pointing you in the championship game.
Right. Every female.
Everybody's out like, well,
Victoria's
shit,
Secret,
let me
Victoria's
Thank you.
Secret,
And that's-
yeah.
They
And
catch you
see.
on the sideline. Think about the book that sold in the NFL.
That homeboy was reading AJ Brown.
Just
Literally.
Now-
My homeboy was an Eagles fan, went and bought it the next day.
Okay.
No,
All right,
I'm
everyone.
dead serious.
I believe
think
it.
about
Like, that's
so
what's
think
wild.
about that from product,
Product standpoint.
and you're trying to get something.
Right.
Right? What happens if I'm in the WNBA or NBA game and I know the cameras look at me and I grab a bag of Doritos and
Yeah,
sneak it?
right. Yeah. That's free all day.
I just gave them free publicity
Right, all day.
on this big stage. So what do you think I do after?
Mm-hmm.
Hey Doritos, did you
guys.
catch that?
Right.
I know
Did
your
you catch
inventory.
that?
I know your inventory just went up.
Yeah.
I want a deal. I can do this. These are my TV, ESPN, ABC
Right.
games. I save you millions in marketing because I'm putting it on a national stage.
Page.
Yep.
Yeah.
All-
Off top.
They're gonna give it to their nerd. They're gonna calculate it.
I got you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
that's funny.
it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
thanks, Holmes.
This
I
has
appreciate
been so
you.
fun. This has
This
been
is
awesome.
good.
Yeah, we appreciate
Yes,
you.
we appreciate you. Good perspective.
All right, y'all. It's Erica Lynn and Gloria.
Gloria Govan, don't try to play me.
She really just kept her G up here. Y'all make sure y'all
And
like, subscribe, tune in.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say thanks, Gilbert. You have socials and things to
And a
follow
pod.
and a podcast and
Yeah,
he
stays talking
doesn't
shit
know
on
it
his
yet, but
pod.
we're gonna be on it. So weird.
Yeah, we're gonna come over there and
Yeah,
talk
it's
shit.
so crazy.
It'll be fun.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
So like, subscribe, view, do all the things, and we will see you guys next week.
Yay.